Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
When you start your own business, you know that branding can make or break a new venture. That's why Swain Event relies on 42nd Street. 42nd Street is a strategy agency focused on finding creative, open-minded, results-driven solutions to brand design. After over a decade of operations in East Tennessee, the brand architects at 42nd Street have the experience and creative know-how to ensure the success of your business branding, logo, web presence, and more. To see a real-life example of their amazing work, you can check out our website at swainevent.com. Don't trust the branding of your business to just anyone. Check out my friends at 42nd Street online at 42st.com or give them a call at 865-382-7007. 42nd Street, brand, strategy, design.
Good morning, Swain Event crew. The new year is here and it's the 2022 East Tennessee real estate season. As I always do, I'm going to shoot straight with you. If you have a home to sell, then you need to give me a call ASAP. Inventory is low and I will get you the most money possible and more than you think trying to sell it on your own. If you are a seller that also needs to buy a home, you need to call me ASAP, as there are ways I can help you manage that situation and stay in your home until we find what you want. If you are looking to buy, you need to call me ASAP. You absolutely need someone on your side to help navigate the current waters, and you need someone that's going to do their homework and find homes that aren't on the market yet. Bottom line, you need to call me today ASAP. Jennifer Morris, Keller Williams Realty, 865-257-7897. If you are buying, selling, or considering investing in real estate this year, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com. I hope to hear from you soon, and go Vols!
With smartphones being such an integral part of our daily lives, it is truly an inconvenience when it doesn't work properly. It disrupts the normalcy of our day. When you go into the cell phone store to have it repaired, they just try to upsell you on a new phone. That's why the owner of iDrop, T. Kell, left those places and opened iDrop. His goal is a happy customer. T. Kell and the team will listen to what you have going on and work to solve the problem of your broken device in a way that best suit your needs, instead of trying to upsell you on something that you just don't need. They don't just repair phones, they can service your laptop or PC as well as your Mac. Windows 7 support is over, but iDrop can help you transition to Windows 10. They have a 5-star rating on Google with hundreds of positive reviews. Let me say that again. I don't think y'all understand how big this is. They have a 5-star rating on Google. Their customer service really speaks for itself. So if you ever find yourself with a device that isn't performing as it should, give iDrop a call at 865-888-9740 or check them out on Facebook at iDrop of Knoxville. If man made it, they can fix it.
Deep down the middle's got his man, and he's gone. Jason Swain, touchdown.
It's time for the Swain Event with your host, Jason Swain.
My man.
Real sports talk for the real sports fan.
All you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him.
It's time for the Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
Give me 2 house and a Ric Flair.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America, 865-255-03. Ben McKee, Jason Swain, live here from the Low T Center studio. Download the free Swain Event app for Android, Apple devices. You can view us online at Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook Live. Swain Event TV, 865-255-03 is our telephone number. That is the number to the Irish Networks hotline. 90 days, no payment for business internet. Ben, what it do? Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Man, I'm good. Well rested.
That's always good.
Well rested. Man, last night was a intense night of SEC basketball. We have talked about this for the last couple of weeks, man, how the league is just different in basketball, and it's tough. And the amount of coaches that are in this league, coaches that had a lot of success at other places before joining the league. We know about Calipari, his success at Memphis. You know about Rick Barnes, his success at Texas. Frank Martin was successful at Kansas State. Buzz Williams was successful at Virginia Tech. Nate Oates successful at Buffalo. Bruce Pearl was successful before entering the league, before coming to Tennessee. Got in trouble, worked as an analyst, and then got the Auburn job. Look what he's doing. I mean, the league has attracted the best coaches. And you can just tell, man, the intensity was at an all-time high last night, especially there in Texas A&M Stadium, Arena. It was rocking. They hit a attendance record. Came up a little bit short. But yeah, they did the whiteout, right?
Yes.
Why didn't the team wear white jerseys? I don't understand that.
I don't know.
Don't you want to wear the same colors as the fans that you want to wear a certain color?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if I get that one.
I guess whiteouts are the popular thing to do, so that's why they did a whiteout. I don't know. Whiteout looks the best.
That looks cool, man. I mean, Penn State does it. They do it every Saturday at home. It looks great. It's awesome. But like, A&M wore gray. It looked
better
weird.
than their maroon.
Well, yeah, anything's better than maroon, but still, like, I just thought that was weird. But man, they came out and punched Kentucky in the face, and Kentucky just punched back, got up, and won late. But man, it was a great night of SEC basketball. I told you before the break that Tuesday night Tennessee played, and the slate of games on Tuesday were obviously Tennessee and Vanderbilt, but it was South Carolina, Arkansas, Ole Miss, and Missouri. And last night kind of felt like varsity night in the SEC. And Tuesday night kind of felt like JV night. Last night you had a Texas A&M team I think is one of the top half teams in the top third teams in the league. They certainly played right there with Kentucky, had Kentucky on the ropes. They've played pretty well this season, and they'll have a lot to say later on. I look at Auburn, the best team in the country, in my opinion. Look at Kentucky, a legit Final Four team. I said that last week, even before they beat us. I said that because I saw how they played against LSU without some of their best players, especially their backcourt. LSU is a legitimate contender. Alabama can score, and I mean, they're some of the best teams, in this league. Florida, Mississippi State's no slouch. I just felt like that last night was varsity night. It was a good night of basketball.
Yeah, it was. Mississippi State, Florida was a pretty good basketball game until Florida ran away with it late. Mississippi State could not get anything to fall. Alabama, LSU wasn't necessarily pretty basketball, but it was a close and very intense, competitive basketball game. But Alabama tried to choke it away. LSU tried to make sure that they didn't come back and win. They rallied back from like 12 down to tie it, and then once they tied it at the final media timeout, didn't do much after that. Couldn't get an offensive rebound off of 2 missed Alabama free throws, and that really hurt them. Will Wade getting a tech and essentially proven to be the difference in the game, though those free throws that Alabama made off the tech. So it wasn't necessarily pretty basketball, but it was definitely intense and competitive game and entertaining to watch. Auburn, Georgia, I did not even flip it on because I knew what that was going to be. I wasn't going to waste my time with Auburn, Georgia. I mean, Tom Crean should be fired today just for how bad that team is. But he won't because his buyout is humongous and doesn't.
And he coached Dwayne Wade.
And he coached Dwayne Wade and Anthony Edwards. But I did not even flip that game on. If Auburn didn't blow them out of the water, then we should be looking at Auburn sideways. And then A&M, Kentucky was the best game of the night for sure. That environment and that arena, and as Vol fan says here in the text box, I mean, A&M should have won. Mm-hmm. Shot 36% from the field and 22% from 3. Or, excuse me, A&M was 1 for 22 from 3 and 5 for 13 from the free throw line, while Kentucky kind of came back down to earth after their hot scoring night on Saturday against Tennessee was only 36% from the field and 22% from 3. And then on top of that, A&M was 1 for 22 from 3 and 5 for 13 from the free throw line. So A&M should have won that game. Coleman down inside in the post is a problem for A&M, for all teams. And he's pretty fun to watch unless he's playing your team. So I thought A&M was going to pull it out, but Kentucky made some plays late and pulled out the victory. And Vol fan also said that basketball is a crazy sport. LSU, Alabama, Tennessee, Arkansas, all 3-3 in conference play. And LSU and Alabama's offense looked terrible. And anyone in the SEC except maybe Auburn can be beaten on any day. And I completely agree with that. I would probably throw Kentucky into the Auburn tier of the bona fide top teams in the SEC, but I do agree with that. Outside of Auburn, it feels like every single team in the SEC can be beaten on any day.
Yeah, for sure, man. Texas A&M shot themselves out of the game, like you mentioned with the numbers and the percentages. I thought shot selection led to a lot of Kentucky fast break points because they were shooting some deep shots, some threes, and wasn't necessarily in rhythm within the offense. And in ball reversals, it was some one-on-one threes, some quick threes in the shot clock, and Kentucky showed us how great they are on a fast break. They got some really great athletes that can finish around the basket. So that led to Kentucky's comeback, and but that atmosphere there at Texas A&M was electric. It was a big time, and I agree. With the quote about, or the mention about the league and how it is like SEC football and SEC baseball. It's deep. And, you got to come out every single night or you're going to get yourself beat. It is tough. But I do think there's some teams that offensively better than Tennessee. Tennessee obviously is defensively better than most teams in the SEC. But, man, Kentucky, Auburn right now, they're in a different class, I think, of their own inside this league. And they play.
Saturday.
Saturday.
I had a buddy that his wife graduated from Auburn and is obviously an Auburn fan, and he was telling me last night that she was asking to go down to the game at Auburn, and obviously not the biggest gym there down on the plains.
But
and
it's gonna be loud.
Yeah, but when it comes to trying and get tickets to the game, not a lot of seats. Really does drive up the prices for the game, and he said that they're like $400 a pop. Just to get in to see Auburn and Kentucky. Kentucky coming to town, Auburn practically the number one team in the country, and that arena only fitting like 7,000, 8,000 people. It's a nice little arena.
91. 91.
9,100.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so not a ton of seats in that little venue. So ticket prices are through the roof. That'll be a fun game. They play at noon on Saturday. I believe I heard Coach Cal say that they have a noon game.
He was complaining about it.
Yeah, he was complaining about the quick turnaround because we'll get
point.
back at 3 a.m. We won't be able to practice much tomorrow, and then we'll do our thing on Friday, and then get ready for a 12 p.m. tip on Saturday. And I think technically it's an 11 a.m. tip for
12 Central.
Okay, so
1 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, well, good, because I was hoping that game would not be at the same time as the Tennessee game, so we'll be able to watch that one clear as day. That'll be a really fun game, as you were saying.
Yeah, Auburn's atmosphere reminds me a little bit of Duke's. Duke's got a really, really small stadium, but it looks bigger on TV and it sounds bigger on TV because it's loud. And the way that the students are set up with their seating charts, it does truly provide a home court advantage for Auburn when they're good.
It's loud,
and they're good right now. So that's going to be the game.
Yes.
Of the year in the SEC so far.
Yes.
So far.
It will be. I drove down Grant and Admirals last year when it was the last game of the season for Tennessee, when Tennessee was at Auburn, and it was packed out, and Tennessee lost late, and that arena was jumping. It was sold out. It was loud. It was loud.
Tennessee. Football news we got to get to. We talked Tennessee football recruiting yesterday. Listen, we talk football recruiting every day, it seems like, but got more of that conversation to have today. 865-255-03 is our telephone number to the Iris Networks hotline. Look at Ben with his Yankees hat. You're ready for baseball season, ain't you?
Yes. But I'm ready for this weekend, too. I'm ready to watch the Titans beat down the Bengals. Let's go. Tits up, baby.
Derrick Henry, man. Whew. Can't wait to watch him.
I cannot wait. Especially, like, you see all these athletes who have these significant injuries, and they come back so much sooner than you think that they do, and then you kind of, okay, well, they're coming back really early. Are they going to be effective? And, I mean, they look good as new, so I can't wait to see how he looks. He'll be fun to watch on Saturday. I just hate the time. Why does it have to be at 4:30? Basketball tips off at 6 against LSU. Not great timing.
No, but that's why you have different devices, man. You got the iPad. You got the laptop.
This is true. I'll be watching the second half of it on my iPad at the basketball game, but I also have a baby shower I have to make an appearance at 4 o'clock. So,
that for yours or somebody else's?
Somebody else's. One of my really good friends.
Oh yeah. Man showers. I'm telling you, that's where it's at, man. Get you some beer. Everybody bring a box of diapers. That's where it's at. I'm telling you, man. And Big Shot Rob, it's not too late for you to have one.
I don't know, Swain. I've been seeing some of the prices on these different things that you need for a kid. I'm like, I don't know. Shower me. Can we have 3 showers?
Well, that's why you have showers. Yeah, that's why you have showers. You need to have a Knoxville shower. You need to have a Huntsville shower. And you need to have a man shower. And
the wife needs to have a woman shower.
Well, I mean, that's
normal
showers are the women's showers.
I know, but we need to specify just one specifically for her.
You need to specify for Derek Dooley, because if you hear man shower, he'd think it's a different type of shower. He'd be talking about shower discipline and stuff. But yeah, I'm telling you, man, the more showers you have, the less you have to pay for things.
I'll let you put that together for me.
Man shower.
Mm-hmm.
I had to ask. I had to get wifey to do that. She's good at that. 865-255-03. We'll take our first break of the day. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
If you want to get in on the conversation, call the Iris Networks hotline at 865-200-5503. Grow your business with Iris Networks high-speed fiber internet. IrisNetworksUSA.com.
Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
When you start your own business, you know that branding can make or break a new venture. That's why Swain Event relies on 42nd Street. 42nd Street is a strategy agency focused on finding creative, open-minded, results-driven solutions to brand design. After over a decade of operations in East Tennessee, the brand architects at 42nd Street have the experience and creative know-how to ensure the success of your business branding, logo, web presence, and more. To see a real-life example of their amazing work, you can check out our website at swainevent.com. Don't trust the branding of your business to just anyone. Check out my friends at 42nd Street online at 42st.com or give them a call at 865-382-7007. 42nd Street, brand, strategy, design. If you're coming to Knoxville and need a place to stay, do yourself a favor and book a room at Hampton Inn Paper Mill, also known as the Hampton on the Hill. This award-winning property is literally in the top 5% of all Hampton Inn properties. The GM, Stephen Lawrence, is a good old local boy who grew up in the business around Knoxville. He and his staff are always available, always willing to help, and will go above and beyond for their guests. The newest Hampton Inn in Knoxville has clean, affordable rooms, flat screens, fridges, and microwaves in every room. Plus, breakfast is included in every rate. Not to mention, there's also a pool and fitness center on site. If it wasn't so close to amazing restaurants, bars, and shopping, you would never want to leave. At only 6 miles from campus, you're still right in where the big orange action is. Go to hamptoninn.com, search Knoxville, and book your room at the Hampton Inn Paper Mill or call 865-693-5400.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. Cheer on your favorite team with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
All right, it's time for Around the SEC this morning. Ben McKee, Jason Swain. A lot of news and notes to get to inside of the conference because it just means more. It means more. This is why we put a segment together dedicated to the SEC. Commercials are right. It does mean more. Ben?
It does. It does. I don't know. You're the one that seems super excited to do around the SEC today. It seems like you've got something you want to share.
Nah, man. Last night was a good night of basketball, and I want to knock it out first hour and be on schedule today.
I like it. We did have some big news in the SEC yesterday. The biggest being that Stetson Bennett has announced that he will take advantage of his free year of eligibility and will return for one more season in Athens.
All right, Screech, get it, man. I was thinking about him yesterday when I saw the news and like how popular he's going to be in Athens, and I wonder if he has like a girlfriend or something. Because if
sure he does.
That's going to be really, really tough and difficult and awkward.
I would advise him not to have a girlfriend.
And he's not going to pay for a meal ever in Athens. Like, they named a bear after DJ Shockley in the zoo in Athens for winning the SEC championship.
He didn't even win the national championship.
Yeah, exactly. They might name a street after Stetson Bennett, man.
But Stetson moving on means that JT Daniels is also moving, or Stetson Bennett returning means that JT Daniels is moving on. JT Daniels entered the transfer portal yesterday and did so with Jermaine Burton, one of Georgia's top wide receivers. And Georgia fans, man, they were freaking out. Did you see this freak out? They were freaking out, blaming Stetson Bennett for Jermaine Burton entering the transfer portal. Brock Bowers is going to be the next one to enter the portal because they like Stetson Bennett's story, but they don't necessarily like him, the football player, if that makes sense.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah. This was a real
thing. Say this again. Say it slower for me.
Georgia fans were, some of them, it was a small chunk on Twitter, but Georgia media members were showing off the tweets of a couple of different Georgia fans saying that it was Stetson Bennett's fault that Jermaine Burton entered the transfer portal and that Brock Bowers will be next.
How was it Stetson Bennett's fault?
Because they don't think he's got a real good arm, and they think that he led Georgia to a national championship because of the defense, and now that defense is practically leaving, and more weight will be on Stetson's shoulders, and they don't think he has the skill set to carry the team, which, I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with, but that's probably not why Jermaine Burton is leaving.
Asteroid, when you coming, man? When are you coming, Asteroid? Oh, my gosh.
I feel you. There's another big transfer entry yesterday in the SEC. That was Traylon Smith, Arkansas's starting running back, Traylon Smith, who had 598 rushing yards this season. I guess I shouldn't say starting running back because towards the second half of the season, it kind of alternated between some guys, but he was a main piece to Arkansas's rushing attack was Traylon Smith and was the returning starter going into the season. A&M also had a running back enter the portal, a redshirt freshman, Darvin Hubbard, a former Ohio State commit. He entered the portal at LSU. Another LSU defender has announced that he will return. Senior defensive end Ali Gay is staying put in Baton Rouge for a final season. Gay had exploded onto the scene in 2020 before suffering a season-ending injury in 2021. Big-time pass rusher, and he'll be back for another season. So that was unfortunate. Two more things I got for you, then we'll move on to coaching news. And two coaches headed to Alabama. Alabama is expected to hire Ole Miss special teams coordinator Coleman Hutzler. Sources tell On3 Sports. Before Ole Miss, he was co-DC and linebackers coach at Texas after 4 years as linebackers coach and special teams coordinator at South Carolina. So Alabama hiring Ole Miss's special teams coordinator Coleman Hutzler. And then remember old T-Rob? Travaris Robinson?
So weird. This is so weird.
He's headed on back to Alabama, or moving on to Alabama.
Oh, he's going back to Alabama, all right.
Was he at Miami or at Alabama before?
No, he was a player at Auburn.
Yes. I couldn't remember. And he was at Auburn coaching for a long time, up until this year where he was at Miami as a secondary coach. He is expected to take the same position with Alabama.
That's weird, man.
Yeah, T-Rob had previously been the DC at South Carolina under Will Muschamp, at Florida as the secondary coach, and as you mentioned, he played at Auburn.
Yes, that's weird.
It's like Monterio going to Alabama.
No.
You don't think so?
No. T-Rob played at Auburn. Alabama-Auburn is the most vicious rivalry in college football.
Oh, I've got one for you.
And he's going to coach at Alabama. I mean, you could throw in Jay Graham.
No, I've got one for you.
What you got?
This is like Chris Lofton coaching at Kentucky.
Close, but not even at that level.
You don't think so?
It's close. It's close, though, because remember, Kentucky didn't really want Chris Lofton. And the Kentucky basketball rivalry with Tennessee is not as strong as Alabama-Auburn football, but it's close. It's closer. It's closer. That is crazy. That is crazy right there, man. Whew. But it's a business, though. When you decide to be a coach, you got to put that stuff to a side. You really do. You got to put it to the side because it's all professional. It's all about business. It's why I did not blame Jay Graham for going to Alabama. Now, the comments were, unnecessary. But going to Alabama to coach, I get it. I get it. If you want to be a head coach, that's possibly the best place to go and learn how to be one. And we've seen other coaches go down there as assistants and use that job as a springboard to be a head coach. I totally get it. But this is probably the first time that I have seen a former Auburn player coach at Alabama. It's the first time.
The only one I can think of.
Coach Cutcliffe was a former Bama player. David Cutcliffe.
But he didn't coach at Auburn, did he?
No, but the Tennessee-Alabama rivalry
it's significant.
In his day and in my day is
there are
deeper than it is right now.
Yes, and there are some Alabama fans who will genuinely, legitimately, and it's the older crowd, that will tell you that they hate Tennessee more than Auburn. There are, I'd say, a significant amount, not the majority, but more than you would think, portion of Alabama fans that legitimately hate Tennessee more than Auburn. Not the younger batch, because they've had run-ins with Auburn over the last decade and not much with Tennessee as we know, unfortunately. But like my grandpa's age, that bracket, they hate Tennessee more than Auburn. Some of them.
No, I totally understand. Totally understand. But
that's why the rivalry will always matter.
For sure. Florida Vols fan asked how Jay Graham is doing. Last time I checked, he was at ETSU helping out Randy Sanders, but I don't know what he's going to do now under George Quarles. Remember, he did step down to Alabama, citing some mental health reasons, and he's been working to address that, and that's way more important than football or really anything. So hopefully he's okay. Last time I checked, he was a whole lot better than he was before. We do have to mention this, man. This started to surface last night, and that is Derek Mason and Brian Harsin over at Auburn not necessarily seeing eye to eye, and looks like he may be on his way out to Oklahoma State.
Now, we've mentioned storylines that have come out of Auburn under Brian Harsin that kind of make you raise an eyebrow and look at Brian Harsin a little bit sideways. This is the first one that, assuming it's true, really kind of makes me question Brian Harsin.
Mm-hmm.
Because Derek Mason is not somebody who is hard to get along with. And he is one of the best defensive coordinators in the entire country. And Oklahoma State is a significant step down from Auburn. Significant. So I don't know what Brian Harsin's doing, but this ain't it, Chief.
that defense is one of the best defenses in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Derek Mason is respected. His defenses have always been good, and there's been rumblings about Brian Harsin at Auburn before this came out. There was rumblings about him wanting to get back to the West Coast and him wanting out of Auburn. So that scenario is something to monitor over the next couple of months. Does he make it past year 2? Auburn spent a whole lot of money to get rid of Gus Malzahn to bring in Brian Harsin, and you probably don't want to fire him because you have to pay him a whole lot more money. But if there's a job that's open next year out west, maybe you go to Brian Harsin and say, "Hey, man, this ain't working out. How about you just go ahead and go?"
And you know what I say if I'm Brian Harsin?
Fire me.
Fire me, and then I'll go.
Sometimes it's just worth to go get that money on the West Coast and be happy.
That money on the West Coast ain't touching that SEC buyout money.
But if you get fired, then you can't work. You can't do anything. If you want to continue to coach, then you gotta take another job.
Now, that is true. That is true. I don't know the details of his contract, but I'm sure there would be something that would prevent him from doing so for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you can go be an analyst at Alabama like Butch Jones and get your bag, but if you want to be a head coach, you can't get paid like that. But yeah, man, it's something to watch. Something to watch there on the Plains with Derek Mason, man. I ain't gonna lie. Before we brought in Tim Banks, I was a little jealous that they got Derek Mason. I wanted Derek Mason as a defense coordinator.
1,000%. If Tim Banks left today for another job, my first comment would be call Derek Mason.
1,000%.
I don't care about his shenanigans at Vanderbilt and spooning with Butch and the whole vest thing. Call him.
I don't care
now.
Yeah, I wouldn't care about that.
Now I
didn't care when we needed a head coach and we were eyeing James Franklin. I would have forgot all that stuff that he did when he was at Vanderbilt.
Yes, absolutely. And I mean, do you think Derek would have any reservations about coming to Tennessee?
No. Business. It's business, man. It's business. 100%. I'll be all for it. Now we'll have some people that be like, no, be in their feelings too much. Whatever. We got over Cade Mays.
Kind of. Some people still aren't over it. Which
whatever.
Early attaboy to Cade Mays, added to the Senior Bowl roster.
Should have been there all along.
Yesterday. I guess. I don't know. I don't evaluate senior offensive linemen throughout all of college football, so I don't know.
When you think about Cade Mays going into this year, and I think a big reason why he wasn't initially part of that roster there at Senior Bowls because of injuries, and that's something that he's going to have to answer to. That first day in Indianapolis is going to be it's going to be rough for old Cade, but that's part of the process, and I think being at the Senior Bowl, that's the best place for him. That's the most eyeballs. You work directly with head coaches, directly with the NFL staff. All the GMs are going to be there. Everyone's going to be there. That's where you get the most exposure. So that's good for him. It looks like maybe someone got hurt or opted out and allowed him to move on up. Usually Senior Bowl's number 1, East-West Shrine is number 2, and then like the Collegiate Bowl or whatever is like number 3 as far as where you want to go as an NFL prospect to get the eyeballs on you. So glad that he is there. We'll have a couple of them. We'll have three guys.
What Velas,
Alante,
mm-hmm. And
okay,
it starts this week or next week. I know Jim is it Nagy or Nagy? Nagy. He's been posting photos on Twitter of all the bags of football equipment arriving.
No, they're going to get hooked up.
So, and posted a photo of the jerseys. The Senior Bowl for football nerds like me, if you are a football nerd like me and love the NFL draft and X's and O's and just love football in general, the Senior Bowl should be appointment television practically this year because the quarterbacks that are going to be there are top notch. Malik Willis. He might be the first quarterback off the board, and he's going to be at the Senior Bowl.
Malik Willis?
Yes. Todd McShay, that mock draft yesterday had him first quarterback off the board, if I remember.
Might be.
If not first, then the
it's
second
a weak
one.
class quarterbacks.
Huh?
It's a weak quarterback class. So
it is for sure, and naturally it's the first quarterback class in 15 years or 18 years in which my Steelers need a quarterback. Your team still needs a quarterback.
Apparently.
I'm kidding.
Apparently. There's been some rumors about trading Justin Fields.
Trading for what? For draft capital? I mean, Fields didn't do anything this year to signal that he's going to be some great starter in the league. But on the flip side, he also didn't do anything to make you think that he won't be.
They need to put some more pieces around them.
Right.
All the quarterbacks,
And
all the
he
rookie
needs better
quarterbacks
coaching.
struggled instead of Mac Jones. Everyone struggled.
And Mac Jones struggled the second half of the year.
Yep. So definitely need more help for old Justin Fields. But good for K Mays, man. That game will be played February the 6th.
Yep, coming up.
Excuse me, February the 5th. Sorry. February the 5th. So in 16 days, 5 hours, 47 minutes, and 17 seconds, that game will be played. And the most important part of the Senior Bowl is the practice. The game is, it's the icing. It's the practice. It's the one-on-ones. It's the competition that takes place throughout the week, whether it's offensive linemen going up against defensive linemen or receivers versus DBs. They want to see how you practice. They want to see your energy. They want to see how you communicate with your teammates. They want to see you up close and personal. So the practice will be always more important than the game. But the game is important too, and it's fun, and it's great for the city of Mobile. Velus Jones was so emotional about getting his invite because he is from Mobile. He grew up going to this game and watching this game, and now he's going to be a part of it. But this game at Lad People Stadium is always a staple for the local Mobile folks to get a chance to watch some of college football's best seniors.
You ever played there?
Nope, I never played Mobile.
Probably not missing out on much. Sam Howell, Kenny Pickett, Desmond Ridder, the other big-time quarterbacks that will be there. Carson Strong from Nevada, and then Bailey Zappi from Western Kentucky, who threw for like 1 billion yards this year.
Yeah.
Shout out to my guy, Will Ignat, former Vol, started linebacker for Western Kentucky this past year and had a nice year, Will did. He's taking a nice step in his college career, on and off the field. I'm happy for Will.
How much time he got left?
This next year will be his last year.
You did say his name correctly when you mentioned former Vol. I'm not going to correct you.
Well, I mean,
those transfers,
they are former Vols.
I don't know what we're going to do about the transfers.
They're former Vols.
They are.
Unless it's like a Ryan Johnson situation where he got his degree. Like, if you got your degree from Tennessee, then you are a VFL. So, like, Marcus Tatum.
You got to be smart to be a VFL?
Well, my point is, like, you were here long enough.
You could be here long enough. We got some people that they're professionals that was on that 5-year plan in Tennessee.
Like K'Ron Calvert, he just ran out of time in Knoxville. But still has college eligibility.
I think if you are here 4 years, let's say you redshirted your first year, then you played 3 more years, and then you transferred at the end because you just couldn't get on the field.
Ryan Johnson, Brandon Johnson.
But trust me, I don't want to make any. I don't want to make any VFL rules. That's the last thing I
think we should do that.
No.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a VFL police.
We need VFL rules. It's thrown around too loosely.
Yeah, well, you're right about that. But I don't want to be the one that comes up with the VFL Constitution.
Velus is going to have some big-time competition. Calvin Austin from Memphis, he'll be there. Jahan Dotson from Penn State. Dontario Drummond from Ole Miss. Nice little receiver class. Jalen Tolbert, the South Alabama receiver that lit us up. He'll be there.
There's always competition.
Yeah.
In Senior
But
Bowl.
I
It's the best of
don't
the
know.
best.
I get excited about the Senior Bowl because it seems like it just gets better and better every year.
Yeah.
In terms of like college kids wanting to play in the game.
Yeah.
And it's not just guys that need to play in the game. Guys that could get away with not playing in it, they still want to play in it. I just don't understand how it's like the same coaching staffs every year. The Lions.
Like, sorry.
I know, but my point is, like, how do you get to coach the Senior Bowl every year and you still suck every year? How?
Exactly. They take the sorriest teams and allow them to go and coach the Senior Bowl. Maybe they should take a year off and practice, or can't even practice with the players.
The problem is they need
strategize.
They need
strategize.
players.
I mean, those are professional players, man. So some of the best football players in the world. Maybe it's the coaches.
Look, if Braxton Berrios is your best receiver,
Jets.
Yes, like it don't matter how much you strategize, you're just not going to win very many games.
Braxton Berrios like Cooper Kupp, though. Man.
Yes, he is somebody I would want to have on my team. But if he is your best receiver and your only receiver, then it doesn't matter how long you strategize.
I'm biased to Braxton Berrios.
I like Braxton Berrios.
You know I'm biased.
Good,
I'm biased.
but he's the only thing the Jets had.
That's my guy. Damn, I tried to get him in Tennessee, man. We was close.
Oh, I remember his recruitment edits of the Berrios.
Honey Nut Berrios.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot who I got to do that, but
I mean, like, I don't know. I don't even want to guess.
I forgot who I got there. I don't want to throw out guesses, but
I didn't say the wrong person.
Yeah, but I did reach out to someone. I was like, hey man, I need you to make a Honey Nut Cheerios box and put Braxton Berrios' face on the B. Like, we need to do an edit. And it was done. Braxton got it. He loved it. But if he wasn't a lifelong Miami fan, he would have come here. But man, that's that kid, man. Love that kid. Ever since he was a little freshman, we had him at the combines, man. Love that kid. So happy for him that he's doing this thing now with the Jets. We got some good stuff here on the text box. We'll get to after this break. Attaboy's coming up. Touchdown turnovers coming up. Ben McKee, Jason Swain. Swain Event fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
At work, can't call in? Don't feel bad. You can talk to the guys on the text box. It's part of the free Swain Event app.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. Cheer on your favorite team with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
Litter is a big problem in Tennessee, but together we can do big things. We can make our cities, our waterways, our roads cleaner and safer. The Tennessee Department of Transportation is committed to reducing litter in our communities, but we need your help to do it. There are over 100 million pieces of litter in our roads at any given time, and it costs TDOT about $19 million a year just to clean it up. The first step to keeping Tennessee beautiful is to rally behind these 3 simple words. Nobody trashes Tennessee. Join the Nobody Trashes Tennessee movement at nobodytrashestennessee.com.
At Iris Networks, we know that business communication solutions are critical to your success. Since 1998, we've been helping businesses in East Tennessee by providing reliable and affordable high-speed fiber internet and voice solutions. That's why Iris Networks is your Tennessee communications partner. With internet speeds up to 100 gigs and work-from-anywhere solutions like mobile apps, video conferencing, and file sharing, we make sure you can stay connected to your customers and great communities we live and work in. Iris Networks, because just like you, Tennessee is our home.
Fellas, when it's time to freshen up that wardrobe, there's only one play to make, and that's to go see my friends at Mark Nelson Denim in downtown Knoxville. Find the latest in small batch denim in the heart of Knoxville.
Denim isn't all they do though. Mark Nelson also does custom suiting and blazers. Let your personal style shine with Mark Nelson. If you don't have time to go shopping for yourself but still want that fresh look, then sign up for the MN Society. Let the experts handle the shopping and get $300 worth of merchandise for just $150 every other month. That's 6 times per year to keep you looking styling every day. Let Mark Nelson Denim help you be the best you, because when you look good, you feel good. Go to marknelsondenim.com.
I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on the great work you've been doing.
I like your style. You remind me of a young me.
Failure is not an option.
That boy is good.
Homes, remind yourself, nobody built like you. You design yourself.
Attaboy. Attaboy is brought to you by Made in Tennessee Business Fiber Internet from Iris Networks. Find business solutions for you at irisnetworksusa.com.
All right, it's time for Attaboy here on the program, highlighting positivity. Attaboy is brought to you by Iris Networks. IrisNetworksUSA.com. 90 days, no payment for business internet. Ben has us taken care of for today's Attaboy. So what you got, man?
That's right. I am giving the Tennessee men's tennis team.
Yes, sir.
An Attaboy because the Vols are ranked number 1 in the country in the ITA ranking. Swain, I will buy your lunch today and tomorrow if you tell me what ITA. Actually, no, I don't, because I think it's easy to guess. If you tell me what ITA stands for.
International Tennis Association.
That probably is right. That didn't work out the way in my head that I thought it was going to.
All right, Will Smith.
But over the weekend, on Sunday, Tennessee beat number 5 TCU on the road, and they're off to a 3-0 start to the 2022 dual season, whatever that means. And after the win over TCU on the road against number 5 TCU, taking down the Horned Frogs.
Oh, you would have not had to take care of my lunch. It's the Intercollegiate Tennis Association.
Yeah, know your sports better, Swain. Come on. Tennessee is now ranked number 1 in the country after Wednesday's updated international or intercollegiate tennis association's
backhand, forehand,
top 25 coaches poll. First time
that's all I know.
Tennessee has been ranked number 1 since 2011.
Hey man, cornhole champions. Now Tennessee tennis is number 1. Everybody's doing their thing, waiting on football. Football's getting there though. Everybody doing their thing though. How about that? How about that? Excuse me.
So attaboy to the Tennessee tennis team, making us all proud.
Hey, if Tennessee baseball don't go to the World Series, I can see all the fans gravitating towards the tennis courts.
I love.
You know how we are.
I like playing tennis.
I do too. It's fun.
Let's go play tennis one time.
All right. Yeah. I need to get a sweater so I can wrap it around my waist, like a tennis player, or wrap it around my shoulders. My tennis game is more like John McEnroe.
Is that the only tennis player you know? Because that's the one you always mention.
No, that's the one I like because he is feisty. He got the temper of Will Wade, and he talks. I like him. He be getting after the umpire. I like him.
Speaking of
Andre Agassi, back when Andre Agassi had the long hair, was doing those camera commercials. Pete Sampras, come on man, I used to watch tennis. Boy, you better
Speaking of
get it together, Ben.
of tennis, would you like to spend the final 5 minutes of the hour breaking down the Novak Djokovic situation in Australia? Would you like to talk about that for the next 5 minutes?
Nah, he gonna have to be at the house. He can't participate in the Australian Open. It's all good. It's all good. He's sticking by his beliefs. He'll be on the phone with Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie can sit down and shut up.
That means Nadal. Easy win for Nadal.
Rafael Nadal.
Easy win.
We don't even know if he's playing in the tournament. I mean, some of these guys are getting old. We need to. Our new tennis guy is the Tennessee guy. I forget his name.
Oh Lord, let me go to the text box before you.
But actually, I think he got sat down because he wasn't vaccinated either.
Hey, you know I ain't going
Tennis
there.
Sandrin or something like that.
Yeah, you know I ain't going there. Talking about no vaccination. You can.
I don't know. I think we should spend the next 4 minutes discussing whether they should be vaccinated or not.
Oh no, we not. Real deep from the 423 says Swain out here showing Ben how cultured he is with the tennis talk. In the words of LeVar Ball, Ben, stay in your lane. That's right. That's right. I'm telling you, I used to watch tennis, man. I used to watch tennis.
My mom played tennis in college, so take that for data.
There you go. My mom used to play tennis too.
You know what's really fun? Doe Drop Shop mentioned it on the text box. Racquetball is really fun.
Nah, y'all can have racquetball.
You don't like racquetball?
I do like it, but I don't want to play it.
Well,
because
you don't need to be playing it with your plantar fasciitis anymore.
Man, my wheels are real bad right now, man.
Me and my dad, we would go on the Arsenal in Huntsville to the gym there in the Arsenal, and on his lunch break, and I'd drive up there when I was in community college, like once a week and play racquetball.
It's serious. It's serious. LC said there needs to be rules. There's too many fans over using VFL. Who better to come up with the VFL Constitution than you guys? Listen, man, we not coming up with no VFL Constitution. Who we got on the phone?
Andy.
Which Andy?
The GOAT Andy.
Andy, good morning. Who we got? Which one? Like 5 Andys.
What's going on, Swain?
What's up, Andy?
Not much. Just had something on my mind. So, let me ask you something. Do you really think Tennessee will take, like, a scholarship limitation? And how, so tell me this, how does Georgia supposedly turn us in over Amarius Mims, pay him $1 million, and they're still able to hold on to that trophy? Why would Tennessee not tell the NCAA, well, if you're not going to do nothing to Georgia, then why should we have to even take limitation?
Because Georgia got caught. I mean, Georgia did not get caught, and Tennessee got caught. That's the reason why.
Well, I know that, but it just blows my mind.
Well, that's what you asked, right? Why does Tennessee not say that, hey, man, Georgia's doing the same thing or whatever? It's because you can't,
right.
Because you can't. You don't have any proof. Everyone knows what Georgia's doing. It's not a secret, but
oh yeah, absolutely.
But they didn't get caught, and now with the NIL, you damn sure ain't gonna catch them. So you gotta get caught. Everyone's been pointing the finger at Alabama for forever, and they have not gotten caught. People pointed the finger at Tennessee back in the heyday, but did not get caught. Alabama got caught. They got caught in the early 2000s with Albert Means, and that's why they got hit. So it's one thing to accuse another school of doing something bad, but you got to be able to prove it. And they get caught. Simple as that. Thanks for the phone call, Andy. It's good to hear from you, man. 865-250-503. Sorry I had to cut you off. We got to go to the top of the hour break, so don't go anywhere. Be right back.
In this day and age, the way we work is changing and evolving. Businesses still moving forward despite your work location changing and supply shortages affecting a number of different areas. Office furniture is not immune to the halt in the supply chain. This is why Office Furniture Outfitters has purchased desks, chairs, and tables in bulk to provide you with in-stock options for your place of business, no matter if it's in an office building or at your house. Office Furniture Outfitters is the local supplier for Herman Miller, and they keep Aeron chairs in stock. They will come to your office, lay out, and make recommendations. No project is too big or too small. You can visit them on location at 17th Street and Grand Avenue in the Fort Sanders area, or online at ofonox.com, or give them a call at 865-524-3003. Office Furniture Outfitters, providing East Tennessee's biggest selection and best value for office furniture since 1995.
Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
Hey there, Swain Event fam. I've been thinking about other ways I can assist you with the real estate world. As you know, it's not just about buying, selling, and investing in new property today. It's also being a resource when you need a contractor or roofer. Or maybe you need a real estate attorney to assist with probate questions. Or maybe you have a family member in Alabama that needs a realtor to help them sell their home and get the heck out of there and back to Tennessee. All of these things and more are in my wheelhouse. So give me a call, Jennifer Morris, 865-257-7897, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com. And go Vols!
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. Cheer on your favorite team with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
Touchdown or turnover is backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
Ben McKee, Jason Swain, Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Time for a touchdown or turnover. Backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, place where you belong. Better rates and better service. According to the GOAT, Brent Hubbs, for the first time since 2013, Tennessee is going back to the Northwest. 2030, Tennessee will go play the Washington Huskies. Tennessee announced a home and home with Washington, and Tennessee will host the Huskies in 2029 and travel to Washington in 2030. Washington and Tennessee are the only two stadiums in the country that you can go to the game, ride to the game by boat. So this is a cool matchup. Cool matchup, neat matchup, great for Tennessee fans. A new venue, a new city to go to and watch Tennessee compete in. This is the home and homes that I'm talking about. This is good. This is a really, really cool home and home between Tennessee and Washington. Touchdown turnover Washington will be the number 1 team in the country
Yes.
when we play them.
Touchdown. That was my that was my first thought when I saw that the matchup was announced yesterday. It's like, well, dang. I wonder how great Washington is going to be. Or my other thought was, well, congratulations to Washington on making it to the college football playoffs in 2030. But this is a really cool home and home. I'm excited to get to travel out there, assuming that I still have the same job that I do now, 7-8 years from now. That'll be a really cool place to play. And Tennessee's non-conference schedule over the next decade has some pretty interesting matchups. You go to Pittsburgh this year, which maybe it's just me because I'm a Steelers fan, but I think it's cool that Tennessee will play in at Heinz Field. You go to
That's the only reason why I think it's cool.
I don't know. I like going to new places.
Crappy field.
The Vols never played there, so as far as I know, they haven't. Maybe they did way back in the day. But next year they go to BYU. That'd be really cool. BYU probably has the best backdrop in all of college football.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I can't wait to go out there. 2024, Oklahoma is supposed to come to Neyland, but that's also the year that they're supposed to come to the SEC. So I would imagine that Tennessee has a different non-conference game for that season. 2025, you play Syracuse in Atlanta. I don't mind going to.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I don't mind going to Atlanta for a game in a decade.
Yeah, once every that was the last one, 2017.
When we went to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Played Georgia Tech to start the season, and before that was 2012. You played NC State to start the season. So I guess every 5 years.
Now it would be nice if Tennessee started going to Atlanta for the SEC championship game, and we got tired of Atlanta.
That'd be better
in that regard. But I think that's a neat little matchup. Syracuse, the orange versus the Vols, and it's orange. That'd be neat. The year after that, you go to Nebraska. I'm excited to go to Nebraska.
I'm not.
One of the great college football venues. I know you're not, but I am.
The city, I'm thinking about the city. The venue, yes. The city.
Hey, Omaha's not that far from Lincoln, and I enjoyed Omaha. It's the city was cool. It's just when you're kind of in between cities and there's just nothing.
I remember Joe Riggs describing his official visit to Nebraska. I was like, bro, that sounded like Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Maybe it is. Mike Eckler loves Lincoln.
Who's that?
Mike Eckler.
Yeah, Mike Eckler loves everything though. They probably. I don't think he needed with some Red Bull, and he probably loved the place.
That's
and some
fair.
chili.
I'm excited to see Tennessee play at Nebraska. I think that'll be a cool venue for Tennessee to play in, and then Nebraska comes to Knoxville the year after, and then 2028 you play the Philip Fulmer game, West Virginia and Charlotte. That's the one on.
How's that the Philip Fulmer game?
Because he's the one that scheduled that one.
Ugh, that's terrible.
And that's the one that I'm like, nah.
That was terrible.
Like all the other ones I can talk myself into, but we've already played West Virginia.
In Charlotte.
And I like the city of Charlotte, but the Panthers Stadium is just meh. Just meh. So
what's the difference between the Panther Stadium and the Titan Stadium? Both the same to me.
Not a lot. But when have I ever raved about the Titans Stadium?
Are you trying to say the Titan Stadium is meh?
Yes.
Okay.
Titans fans will tell you that their stadium is meh. The Titans have a meh stadium. I wish they'd build a brand spanking new one.
I don't know how they do that, man. They in a tough position because don't have any room to just go build it somewhere else and be better than the location they are right now. Like right there on the river, you can't beat that, man.
Yeah, I guess you would have to
take a year off and play at Father Ryan.
You play at Vanderbilt Stadium.
Oh, that would be great.
They played in the Liberty Bowl back in the day when Houston was, I guess, when they were building Nissan, right?
When the Vikings were building their stadium, they
played at University of Minnesota.
Yeah, outside.
The Titans can play in Neyland for a year. If that was a serious thing, how would you feel about about the Titans playing in? Would it be worth it for a season to have the Titans play in Knoxville? I think it'd be cool for just one season while they tore down old Nissan and built a brand new spanking new one on the river. Because I do agree with you. If you're going to build a new one in Nashville, it's got to be right there on the river next to downtown.
For sure. But they need a new stadium.
They do need a new stadium for sure, but it is very meh.
It is.
I'm sorry, but it is. And then
why are we playing West Virginia and Charlotte again? We just did that.
I don't know. Ask your head football coach. And then after 2028, 2029, Washington comes to Knoxville. 2030, Tennessee goes to Washington. So there's your main non-conference games to fill out the decade. Pittsburgh,
it's a
BYU,
great
Oklahoma, Syracuse, Nebraska, West Virginia, Washington.
Like, it's not a good non-conference schedule for the next decade or so.
But it's not bad.
It's great.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It's great. No, it's great. Because you're playing better teams than you would play normally when you do a pay-for-play game against Austin Peay or Tennessee Tech. And like nobody wants to go and see that, and the numbers are down. The attendance it's not great. It's a noon game. There's no energy in the building. The players don't have any energy. You've been trying to talk them up. Come on, you gotta treat this game like every other game that you play, and it's hollow. It's so hard to get guys up for ETSU. There's no reason to be scheduling Ohio State. There's no reason to be scheduling really Oklahoma, even though we've done that. But there's no reason to be scheduling these really, really, really tough out-of-conference opponents because you play in the SEC and you play Georgia and Alabama every year and Florida every year. So you have a schedule with some pretty prestigious logos, Nebraska. Then you have BYU. That's a respectable program that plays a style of football that will be fun to watch versus the SEC. And then you have the West Coast, the Northwest matchup against Washington, and it gives the fans the opportunity to travel and see something different than just Norman, Oklahoma. Or
what about Midwest Lincoln, Nebraska?
I said that's logos, man. Prestigious logos. That's all I got for that Nebraska-Tennessee matchup. Not because of the city or town of Lincoln. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm excited for that one because of the stadium, not because of the city or anything.
Is the stadium one of the best stadiums in the country or something?
Yeah.
Am I missing something?
Yes.
Why is it one of the best?
Because it's big and it's loud and they love football there.
I'm pretty sure they'll have the next Scott Frost
as
a player when we get there. The next Tommy Frazier, Lawrence Phillips. They'll have the black curtain again. Tom Osborne will be. He'll be.
The players that scare Fred White will be back.
Oh my gosh! But not like these are winnable games against programs who are better than Western Kentucky. That's all I'm saying. Like Pittsburgh next year, get a chance to go to Pittsburgh. That'll be cool for some fans.
Memorial Stadium fits 91,000. They're known for their football stadium, very similar to Wisconsin and Camp Randall.
I haven't heard anybody talk about it.
It's big. They just love football because there's nothing else to do.
I'm sure there's nothing else to do.
They're very passionate.
I know they are.
It'd be a nice college football environment.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, nice football environment. But don't be trying to sell the city of Lincoln.
No.
Like it's freaking L.A. or something. Or, hey,
I was just saying I liked Omaha more than I thought I would, and Lincoln's only 45 minutes down the road, so I would imagine they're pretty similar.
That's because you was drunk trying to dance.
No,
with a
I was
backpack
not.
on.
That's not why. That's not why. It was a nice looking stadium, or a nice looking city.
See, look.
It was. It was clean. It was nice.
I'm sorry, man. I haven't heard anyone say, man, I'm taking a vacation. Girls, we get out of town. Hey, guys, we're going to take a guy trip. We're going to Lincoln, Nebraska,
I'm not
baby.
saying it's New York City, but I'm just saying I don't think it's going to be a bad place to go visit.
I'm about to get on the Google. I'm about to Google the top vacation cities in the USA. Oh, look at that. Lincoln, Nebraska is right above Birmingham, Alabama. In the top 5. I'm messing with you. It'll be a good game.
Let's see what the top 3 things to do in Lincoln, Nebraska are. The first one, it says some garden.
Yeah, go pick corn.
The Sunken Garden. They have the Museum of American Speed.
Ben, what was number 1?
A sunken garden. It's like the botanical gardens in Huntsville.
Oh my gosh! I'm watching the game at home.
They have the Lincoln Children's Zoo. It's the Nebraska state capital. They have a Pioneer Park Nature Center. Memorial Stadium is listed as 6th. The stadium has been sold out for over 30 years and now seats over 90,000 football fans. They have a Lincoln Children's Museum. Oh, here you go, Swain. They have an International Quilt Museum. International Quilt Museum. They have the University of Nebraska State Museum. Oh, they have Pinnacle Bank Arena. Holmes Park and Lake. They have Pinewood Bowl Amphitheater. There's a ton of things to do. Tons.
That sounds boring as hell, Ben.
It does. They lost me at the National Quilt Museum.
They lost me at number 1.
I'd rather go to the garden than the National Quilt Museum.
Here. Go pick some corn.
Well, it's the Midwest. What do you think? I was sticking up for their football stadium, not necessarily their city. And now I was just adding that I was surprised by how much I enjoyed Omaha. And maybe it was just because I was there for the College World Series.
And that you was drunk.
No.
That's probably why you had a good time.
Fake news.
We gonna send you to Nebraska on a Thursday.
All right.
You can't go.
I'm glass half full. I'll make the most of it.
You can't go Friday. Like get there late Friday night and then just cover the game. Nah, man. You got to go Thursday morning.
That's fine.
You got to spend all day Thursday and all day Friday in Lincoln.
I'll go
before
to the
covering
zoo.
the game. You got to earn your paycheck.
I'll go to the zoo.
To the children's zoo.
Yeah. With my child.
No, man, you can't take the kid to the. You covering the game, Ben.
Not if I'm there on a Thursday. I'll take my kid with me.
No,
what?
You got work to do.
Not on Thursday.
Your wife, she got work to do. Y'all can't be taking half a week off.
Yeah, we take it. Yeah, we can take vacation. That'd be our vacation for the summer.
You can take your ass out there to Lincoln, Nebraska. I'll be at the house, man. I'll be at the house.
I think you should come with me
and watch.
I don't know. Actually, I think you should stay home because when you go to the Midwest, you tend to almost die.
That's true. That's true. That is true. That is true. I think I'm going to keep it here in the South. 865-250-503. Be right back.
While the other guys are taking guesses, the Swain Event is taking you behind the scenes and in the huddle every morning from 7 till 10 right here.
Fellas, when it's time to freshen up that wardrobe, there's only one play to make, and that's to go see my friends at Mark Nelson Denim in downtown Knoxville. Find the latest in small batch denim in the heart of Knoxville. Denim isn't all they do though. Mark Nelson also does custom suiting and blazers. Let your personal style shine with Mark Nelson. If you don't have time to go shopping for yourself but still want that fresh look, then sign up for the NN Society. Let the experts handle the shopping and get $300 worth of merchandise for just $150 every other month. That's 6 times per year to keep you looking styling every day. Let Mark Nelson Denim help you be the best you. Because when you look good, you feel good. Go to marknelsondenim.com. When you start your own business, you know that branding can make or break a new venture. That's why Swain Event relies on 42nd Street. 42nd Street is a strategy agency focused on finding creative, open-minded, results-driven solutions to brand design. After over a decade of operations in East Tennessee, the brand architects at 42nd Street have the experience and creative know-how to ensure the success of your business branding, logo, web presence, and more. To see a real-life example of their amazing work, you can check out our website at swainevent.com. Don't trust the branding of your business to just anyone. Check out my friends at 42nd Street online at 42st.com. or give them a call at 865-382-7007. 42nd Street, brand, strategy, design.
More and more Tennessee businesses are switching to Iris Networks for reliable, local, high-quality, high-speed business fiber internet. Iris provides direct internet access from 10 megs to 10 gigs with no payments for 90 days. Iris also offers next-generation business phones with work-from-anywhere capability from the mobile or laptop app. With local sales, support, and service, Iris is a partner in the community. Learn more at irisnetworkusa.com or call 865-448-IRIS. Iris Networks, a Tennessee business connecting Tennessee businesses.
Litter is a big problem in Tennessee, but together we can do big things. We can make our cities, our waterways, our roads cleaner and safer. The Tennessee Department of Transportation is committed to reducing litter in our communities, but we need your help to do it. There are over 100 million pieces of litter in our roads at any given time, and it costs TDOT about $19 million a year just to clean it up. The first step to keeping Tennessee beautiful is to rally behind these 3 simple words. Nobody trashes Tennessee. Join the Nobody Trashes Tennessee movement at nobodytrashestennessee.com.
In this day and age, the way we work is changing and evolving. Businesses still moving forward despite your work location changing and supply shortages affecting a number of different areas. Office furniture is not immune to the halt in the supply chain. This is why Office Furniture Outfitters has purchased desks, chairs, and tables in bulk to provide you with in-stock options for your place of business, no matter if it's in an office building or at your house. Office Furniture Outfitters is the local supplier for Herman Miller, and they keep Aeron chairs in stock. They will come to your office, lay out, and make recommendations. No project is too big or too small. You can visit them on location at 17th Street and Grand Avenue in the Fort Sanders area or online at ofonox.com or give them a call at 865-524-3003. Office Furniture Outfitters, providing East Tennessee's biggest selection and best value for office furniture since 1995.
Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
Hey there, Swain Event fam. I've been thinking about other ways I can assist you with the real estate world. As you know, it's not just about buying, selling, and investing in new property today. It's also being a resource when you need a contractor or roofer. Or maybe you need a real estate attorney to assist with probate questions. Or maybe you have a family member in Alabama that needs a realtor to help them sell their home and get the heck out of there and back to Tennessee. All of these things and more are in my wheelhouse. So give me a call, Jennifer Morris, 865-257-7897, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com. And go Vols!
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. Cheer on your favorite team with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
You don't have to take an L just because you can't listen to the Swain Event live. You can catch up on the podcast posted daily on the app, online, and on iTunes.
What's going to happen in Michigan football? It is almost February, January the 20th, and there's talk about Harbaugh and the NFL. Played quarterback with the Bears. I saw his name mentioned with possibly the Raiders. If you are Harbaugh, what do you do, Ben? What do you do?
I'm going to the NFL. If I'm a coach, I don't want anything to do with college athletics right now. Football, basketball, women's basketball. I mean, aside from
easier.
Huh?
I think basketball is easier.
It is easier, but it's still a pain to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
It is still a pain to deal with. College football for sure. I would much rather be in the NFL than college football, and I felt that way before the transfer portal took off and NIL took place. Just the quality of life without the portal or NIL was significantly better in the NFL, just because of the time that it took to recruit. Time it does take to recruit. Like, you don't have to worry about that in the NFL. You still put in a lot of hours in the NFL, but when it's not in season, like you have way less responsibilities, and you can actually spend time with your family and go on vacations and do things outside of football. So if I were Jim Harbaugh, I would leave for the NFL for sure.
Well, I think in general, coaching in the NFL is better for your quality of life. Depending on who you are, if you are someone that's, you like connecting with young people, you like molding young people. There's some guys that have said no to NFL, that they have stayed in college their entire careers, and that's something that they value. And I understand that, and I respect that. But if you don't want to deal with the recruiting and all that hoopla, I understand that and respect that as well. But Harbaugh's situation is different, though, because he is an alum in Michigan. He's a former player at Michigan. And there's only there's only two possible ways this thing turns out whenever a player goes back to coach at their alma mater. Either you win a championship. Coach Fulmer was able to do it. Kirby Smart just did it. Steve Spurrier did it. Or you get fired.
Yep.
Like, I don't think there's a middle ground. It's either really, really good or really, really bad. And if you're Harbaugh, last couple of years, they were thinking about I don't know how serious Michigan was thinking about it, but there was legit questions of, is he going to be able to win in Michigan? Should they fire him? He wasn't that much better than Brady Hoke. And the roster that he had this year, he's going to have two possible first top 10 picks. 2 top 10 picks in the NFL.
Maybe the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, Aiden Hutchinson, David Ojabo. Like, he's going to have 2 top 10 picks. They beat Ohio State down. And they still got boat raced in the semifinals by an SEC team. This is probably as far as he's going to be able to go. This is probably his ceiling.
I agree.
So if you are Harbaugh,
unless he has a change in philosophy, I think his out physical you philosophy, kind of older school of trying to run it down your throat. I mean, that can get you to the playoffs, but I don't think it's going to win you a national championship.
It don't matter if he changes his philosophy or not, Ben, to be honest.
But why can't he build something like what Ohio State has? Michigan is capable of doing that.
I don't know. I don't think they are, man. I think academic requirements are harder at Michigan than they are at Ohio State.
No, well, maybe that reason holds you back. But
I think about it. I was recruited by Michigan.
Yes. Are you saying that you didn't get in academically?
Well, I didn't even get to that part. I wouldn't have. It don't really matter for at that time because I had passed my ACT.
Do you think your guidance
passed that time?
Do you think your guidance counselor would have complained about your ACT if you had gone to Michigan?
Probably not. But the fact that I went to Tennessee
and not Alabama.
Oh boy. Don't bring that up, man. I still get mad about that.
It's such a wild story.
Oh, I guess I still get mad about that. But
like that story would make national news if it happened today.
Oh yeah, I should have sued her we should have sued her.
Did it make it out to the public then? She lost her job from it, didn't she?
No, she didn't lose a job from that. She did not. No, she called into the Paul Feinbaum show when Feinbaum was in Birmingham and said I didn't take my ACT.
Right. And imagine if a Tennessee fan at Ty Simpson High School called into the Paul Feinbaum show today and did the same thing. That would be national news everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
We would talk about it here on the show.
For sure. Oh, no, man. I'm telling you. That's why Anyways.
You've had a wild life. You should write a book.
So, Michigan. Michigan, I don't think they can just go out and build what Ohio State can build. I mean, they've been trying to do that ever since Harbaugh's been there, and they really, really haven't. Now, they did beat Ohio State just being more physical, running the football down their throat. But, like, you're in Michigan. You're not going to be able to recruit in the places you need to recruit consistently to be successful and get the players that you need to get. I don't care how cool your gear looks. And Michigan, by far, is the best Jumpman school besides North Carolina. Like, their gear is the best looking. There's North Carolina, there's Michigan. Everybody else is like Oklahoma. It's all right, but you know how we feel about the color red. And then Florida's is the worst. It's the worst Jordan. That orange and blue.
I like Florida's better than Oklahoma's, if I'm being honest, just because of the red.
Yeah, Oklahoma's white and red. I mean, you still if you rock some 11s that were Oklahoma colors versus Florida colors, Oklahoma's a little better.
Michigan and North Carolina are by far the best.
Correct. But like you would think that could help you bring in players. They got big stadium. They got big facilities. I mean, it's all right. But like if I'm Harbaugh, I'm looking at the NFL because you're not going to win big at Michigan. You're not going to win championship there, man. It ain't going to happen.
Well, I was more so talking about just the style of play. Like I don't think that old school style of play wins championships anymore.
Georgia just did it.
Yeah, but they were more open on offense than Michigan was. I mean, Michigan was truly committed to the run and running it down the opponent's throat and beating you up in the trenches. At least Georgia had some semblance of a passing game and a passing threat, especially when Pickens came back.
I thought the offense was pretty similar. You look at Michigan in the Big Ten title game against Wisconsin, and they was out there like Tennessee. Aside from the tempo, but I mean it was open. I mean they threw the ball and spread Wisconsin out. But I feel generally what you're saying. Remember, if Kirby would have lost this year, there would have been a big question about his style of offense. But he won, so no one's going to really question it.
But would people have questioned Kirby's offense or his decision at quarterback once again?
Probably his offense.
See, I think they would have questioned the quarterback, especially with JT Daniels sitting there on the sideline.
If the defense wasn't as stout as it was, and they gave up a little bit more points, and the Georgia's offense wasn't able to hit, 30, 40 points, even with Stetson Bennett playing well, I think they would have questioned the philosophy. I think they would have questioned his offensive thinking and how they run things.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I just think the conversation would have been centered around more of Kirby made the wrong quarterback decision again.
But you would hear that because that's a lazy take.
Yeah, right. But you are right. Kirby does have a similar style of offense to Michigan. I mean, because he is a very conservative coach, very, very old school in that sense.
He's a run first guy. Both defensive guys are.
And that's why he's gotten in trouble in the past with blowing some games because of that. I don't know. I thought I saw Georgia open it up more than Michigan, but it's really neither here nor there. I don't think that Harbaugh's what they did this year. Maybe he did what he did this year because that's what he had on his roster, and good coaches always do what best fits their personnel. So maybe that was the case, but like the athletes that Georgia had, like I don't see Michigan getting just a ton of those guys.
That's gonna be the problem. That's why he needs to go ahead and.
But here's the other thing.
Go to the NFL.
But the one negative thing about going to the NFL is, like, Harbaugh's not going to get fired at Michigan. No. He could be fired within 2 years in the NFL. Could be. I don't think that he would.
No, he could.
But he could be.
He could be. All right, let's go to the phones.
So the job security is much better in college. We've got Don.
Don, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing all right, my friend. I was going.
You there, Don?
Yeah, you there?
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to ask you, Jason. Were they still playing? Well, I know they were playing exhibition NFL games, even back in your younger days. As I've told you before, I'm kind of old. The last time that I saw an exhibition game between the NFL champion and the college all-stars. Have you guys heard of this?
No.
Wow, you are young. Used to, the Packers or whoever won the NFL championship played a college all-star exhibition game in the summer. And I can remember several of them, but the last one I remember was the New York Jets after they won their first Super Bowl, 67, I guess. Supposed to be in 68. They played college all-stars and lost. Now, undoubtedly, I can't really remember, but a lot of the time, the NFL teams were, playing their backups mainly, I'm sure. But it seems like Joe Namath did play in that game. And the last game that they had that I can barely remember, and I think it was the last year they had it, it come a big lightning storm and everything in the middle of the game, and they called the game, and then they never had that again. But it was always interesting to watch these rookies out there playing against, the NFL champion. You can look that up, I'm sure, and get all the scores and the different teams.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It was I don't even know why they played the game. The college team never had a chance, never won except for one time. The attendance looked crazy. A lot of people went to the game, but you definitely couldn't do it today. These kids would get killed.
Yep. But I actually saw the game they won, and that just kind of hooked me. Of course, back then you didn't have as much TV coverage of anything, even the NFL. You had one in it, like when there was the NFL and AFL, you had one of each on Sunday. That was it. ABC and CBS covered them, I believe it was. I think ABC was the initial one that covered the AFL. Of course, I do remember the first Super Bowl quite vividly as well. So,
What year was it when the college team won?
Well, I can't remember which game it was now. I do know when they played the Jets, that was either the game they won or it was the game that weather messed it up in the middle, and then they never played a game. But the last one I can really remember which NFL champion went out on the field to play them when it was AFL at that time was the Jets after Joe Willie and the boys upset the coach.
69.
Nice.
Yeah, I guess that's what it was.
Yeah, 69.
It was quite interesting. I remember this guy that played in the college game and he went on and played in the NFL quite a while. I think his last name was Cook. Now, I'm not talking about Greg Cook. It was the Bengals quarterback way back. But, yeah, it was just interesting. You know, sometimes when I listen to you guys and other shows, I'm thinking, you know, you're too young to have ever even heard of it, let alone having watched it. But, you know, it was pretty interesting. Hey, real quick on something y'all were just covering, talking about Harbaugh and his supposed interest in the NFL, maybe with the Raiders. Don't you think that Rich Bisaccia done a good enough job? Why are they looking for a new coach? And I know the players are all into him.
I mean, the real question is, why is he interviewing?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Why is he interviewing? He showed you what he could do all season long. He took a disaster of a situation, PR-wise, a team that could have fell apart, and the players responded perfectly to him, and then he took them to the playoffs. That's your interview right there.
Well, that kind of – I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just going to say, kind of like Steve Spurrier when he was going to come out of retirement and Florida was looking for a new coach, and they asked him to interview. He said my interview's in the trophy case.
He right. He right.
I mean, well, I don't know what that AD must have been drunk or something. They even asked him to come in for an interview.
You have a conversation. That's what you should have called it.
Yeah, that's what you should have called it. But anyhow, I just thought about that, and I thought, you know, I remember all this stuff, and my wife's crazy. She thinks I'm crazy because I remember stuff so far back. But yeah, what I didn't get to hear the very first few minutes of the show, but you were already talking a little bit about the games last night, SEC. Halftime, Kentucky A&M. Kentucky's 1 for 11 from 3. How sick does that make you after Saturday?
Sick.
They couldn't make anything, man. And what's crazy is like A&M played, I won't say great, but they played pretty dang good and was only up by a couple points. And Kentucky had played terrible and was only down a few points. And at some point they're going to start making shots. Kellen Grady was terrible.
He couldn't miss. He was Steph Curry against us.
Yeah.
And then couldn't miss.
Yeah, man.
And
he was
then could miss last night.
I mean, he couldn't make anything. He couldn't dribble. He couldn't do anything last night. But he could miss against us. No one could miss against us, and they missed everything against Texas A&M.
Just like LSU looked awful.
Terrible.
Last night. They'll come in here on Saturday and look like world beaters.
Oh, yeah, man. They'll have guards playing like Chris Jackson.
I know.
They'll have centers playing like Shaq. Stromile Swift. you wait, man.
I don't know. I have
point guard playing like Pete Maravich.
I kind of think Tennessee wins on Saturday. I don't know. I just have this feeling that Tennessee wins.
You gonna pick it right now?
Yeah, I'll say Tennessee wins. LSU a little banged up. They haven't looked good since they played Tennessee.
You gonna put $1 on it?
I put $1 on it.
Okay. You can't change, man. You can't change them tomorrow. You got Tennessee winning.
Home game. I think it's hard to beat a team twice. Tennessee's going to know what it needs to do. Kennedy Chandler was already talking about that after the Vanderbilt game. Already knows what it needs to do better. And even with that game in Baton Rouge, I mean, Tennessee had every opportunity to win that game, even despite being down 20. They came back, and if they make the free throws, they're tied or leading there at the end of the game. So, yeah, I'll say Tennessee wins. I don't know. I just have this feeling that Tennessee wins on Saturday. Sold out, night game. Vols, baby. Vols by 2 on a Santiago Vescovi game-winning 3. Down by 1, 12 seconds left. Rick called a timeout, draws up a play for Santi. Santi pump fakes. Defender drives by, Shot goes up, splash, Vols win.
Viscovi got the best 3-point pump fake in the game, man. Everybody falls for it.
Fly by King, little Desmond Bain Jr.
Yeah, man. Everybody falls for it. I don't know, man. But Viscovi does have his best games against LSU, man. That is true. That is true. 865-255-03. Be right back.
For what is coming up on the Swain Event.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at GarzaLaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Top 100 Barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. There is no better restaurant in town to enjoy the madness of March with. Cheer on the Vols and the Lady Vols with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
We're here with Dr. Michael Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine to discuss PRP, platelet-rich plasma. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, Achilles tendonitis, or tennis elbow, you should give them a call.
Good to be back, Jason. We specialize in non-surgical orthopedics, so we treat damaged tendons, ligaments, and joints, including rotator cuff injuries, knee injuries, and elbow and foot problems by using ultrasound-guided injections with PRP. And this form of treatment helps stimulate the body's own reparative process and assist in the healing of damaged tissue.
Doc, what makes your training different than others?
I've been practicing in Knoxville for over 26 years, and I'm certified in interventional regenerative orthopedic medicine through the American Academy of Orthopedic Medicine. They've been the leader in this form of treatment since 1983. I also teach this form of treatment on a national and international basis to other physicians, residents, and medical students. Here in our clinic, I'm the one doing the procedure, and we're using your own PRP, which are concentrated platelets, to treat your injury. So in other words, Jason, it comes from you and it goes back to you. So you know exactly what you're getting and know exactly the level of training involved.
Do what the pros, college athletes, and I have done, and visit them online at trsportsmedicine.com. Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, East Tennessee's leader in PRP therapy. If you're coming to Knoxville and need a place to stay, do yourself a favor and book a room at Hampton Inn Paper Mill, also known as the Hampton on the Hill. This award-winning property is literally in the top 5% of all Hampton Inn properties. The GM, Stephen Lawrence, is a good old local boy who grew up in the business around Knoxville. He and his staff are always available, always willing to help, and will go above and beyond for their guests. The newest Hampton Inn in Knoxville has clean, affordable rooms, flat screens, fridges, and microwaves in every room. Plus, breakfast is included in every rate. Not to mention, there's also a pool and fitness center on site. If it wasn't so close to amazing restaurants, bars, and shopping, you would never want to leave. At only 6 miles from campus, you're still right in where the big orange action is. Go to HamptonInn.com, search Knoxville, and book your room at the Hampton Inn Paper Mill, or call 865-693-5400.
There are articles and news stories that you read about the things that people do. And when you're reading those and you start to shake your head, you start to scratch your head a little bit. You get confused. You don't understand why. You start to ask questions. But really, there's only one question that matters. What is that question, you may ask?
For what?
Bring on some For What here on the program, 865-255-03. What are you putting on Front Street, Ben?
24-year-old Mackenzie Fierstein, who won a prestigious Rhodes Scholarship last year.
Oh, good job.
To study at Oxford University.
Sounds like an atta girl.
Right. Until you realize that she lost her place at the school after she lied about her past and had the scholarship taken away. She was one of only 32 people selected for the scholarship in November of 2020, according to the Evening Standard. At the time, she received praise for overcoming a self-described difficult and impoverished upbringing. Per the Times, she herself, this is what this says, a queer, first generation to attend college, low-income student. And in a report by the Philadelphia Inquirer last year, Fierstein said she bounced between various foster homes in her childhood. Shortly after the arrival of that profile, an anonymous individual claimed Fierstein had been blatantly dishonest. The source said Fierstein, who originally went by the name Mackenzie Morrison, actually came from an affluent background and went to Whitfield Private School for $30,000 a year in St. Louis. The tipster added that her hobbies at the time included horse riding and skydiving, and that her mother is a radiologist. She did spend less than a year in foster care at the age of 17 and claimed she was pushed down the stairs by her mother.
Did she add the limp in there too?
Probably. The first investigation into her was conducted by Dr. Beth Winkelstein.
What a name.
That sounds made up. Who said in her report that the scholar fabricated details about her upbringing. Winkelstein, in a letter sent to the Rhodes Committee, said Fierstein constructed a narrative regarding her childhood and recommended they look into her case themselves. The committee interviewed her about the claims, and she claimed her facial features were so distorted and swollen that she could not tell them apart. But the Rhodes Committee said that this was inconsistent with the hospital records. Either she fabricated the abuse by her mother, or her mother has lied about the terrible abuse. So, this Rhodes Scholar has had her Rhodes Scholar taken away because she lied about her upbringing.
That's embarrassing right there, man.
Yes.
She's going to live that for the rest of her life.
Yep. Any employee that Googles her name, that will come up.
Yep. That's
good luck finding a job.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough for her, but she can overcome. She can, but wow, this is really not much different than some of the folks on social media that portray to do things and live a certain way, but are totally different behind the keyboard or behind their cell phone. But this is where we are.
Why would you talk about D'Arval like that?
It's a society. Well, D'Arval's an a-hole in person, just like he is on Twitter. So
no, he's not.
At least he's consistent.
He is not the person he appears to be on social media.
No, you're right.
And Volstorm is the same way. He is not at all the person he tries to pretend to be when he calls into the show. They're both frauds. They're both hypocrites.
Oh, man.
Oh, you want some good news? Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Breaking news. Oklahoma State, first team all Big 12 cornerback Jarek Bernard Converse has entered the transfer portal. Tennessee needs a corner.
I ain't going there with you. You know what we gotta do to get players. We gotta get some players to get on and get.
Can't we make a trade with Oklahoma State? Like we'll give Oklahoma State. We will give you Joe Milton and
no, we need backup.
And
just in case.
Oh, we got
Hendon Hooker was lucky not to get hurt this year.
We got Taven. But we're making a trade. You're gonna have to give up something to get something. So what else on the roster are you willing to part with that they would want to take for a first team All Big 12
good,
corner?
though? Like
I'm assuming that he is, considering he was first team All Big 12, and he's better than what we got. I know that. So yeah, I mean, we've got to give up something to get something. So I'm willing to part with Joe Milton. We've still got Gaston Moore.
Why are you trolling me? Why are you trolling me?
I mean, I think this can be like a
what
two.
What did I do to you to deserve
2-for-1 trade? I mean, Joe Milton, Cheyenne LaBruza for this corner from Oklahoma State. I mean, I think that they would take that deal. They get a defensive back in return, and they get a quarterback that can sling it around in the Big 12.
I don't want to do a trade. This ain't the NFL.
Well, we need a corner.
It actually is NFL.
It is for NFL.
It is for agency, but we don't need to do a trade. We don't have to be like Auburn, Texas A&M, and LSU.
You're not thinking like a GM, because if we do a 2-for-1, that opens up 2 spots for us. So we get this corner back in return, and then we have a spot to go out and get another transfer.
It ain't gonna work, man. As soon as the semester is over, we'll have spots.
You know what? All these college football players, they want to be paid. They want to be treated like professionals. That's fine. I say we treat them like professionals and institute the ability to trade college athletes.
That would be great, especially this year.
Yes,
especially right now.
I'm just saying.
That would be great.
Package like a Jabari Small.
No, I like Jabari.
But see, you gotta hear what like Jabari Small and Jalen Wright for Jahmyr Gibbs. So you give up 2 solid backs for 1 really good back.
I don't think Alabama will take that.
Probably not. But we go find somebody else. Well, maybe we chip in Joe Milton for Alabama.
Oh yeah, Saban turned him into first overall pick.
He would legit be Cam Newton. It'd be Alabama's Cam Newton.
He'll be more like Jamarcus Russell. Joe ain't got the moves like Cam Newton. He just big.
See, Nelson gets it.
I'm for whatever helps Tennessee football win more games. That's all I'm for. Does it help Tennessee win more games? Cool. Let's do it. 865-255-03. Hour 3 is here, folks. Stick around. Don't go anywhere.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
At Iris Networks, we know that business communication solutions are critical to your success. Since 1998, we've been helping businesses in East Tennessee by providing reliable and affordable high-speed fiber internet and voice solutions. That's why Iris Networks is your Tennessee communications partner. With internet speeds up to 100 gigs and work-from-anywhere solutions like mobile apps, video conferencing, and file sharing, we make sure you can stay connected to your customers and great communities we live and work in. Iris Networks, because just like you, Tennessee is our home.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at GarzaLaw.com. The Garza Law Firm,
Let us help.
Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
When you start your own business, you know that branding can make or break a new venture. That's why Swain Event relies on 42nd Street. 42nd Street is a strategy agency focused on finding creative, open-minded, results-driven solutions to brand design. After over a decade of operations in East Tennessee, the brand architects at 42nd Street have the experience and creative know-how to ensure the success of your business branding, logo, web presence, and more. To see a real-life example of their amazing work, you can check out our website at swainevent.com. Don't trust the branding of your business to just anyone. Check out my friends at 42nd Street online at 42st.com or give them a call at 865-382-7007. 42nd Street, brand, strategy, design. Fellas, when it's time to freshen up that wardrobe, there's only one play to make, and that's to go see my friends at Mark Nelson Denim in downtown Knoxville. Find the latest in small batch denim in the heart of Knoxville. Denim isn't all they do though. Mark Nelson also does custom suiting and blazers. Let your personal style shine with Mark Nelson. If you don't have time to go shopping for yourself but still want that fresh look, then sign up for the NN Society. Let the experts handle the shopping and get $300 worth of merchandise for just $150 every other month. That's 6 times per year to keep you looking styling every day. Let Mark Nelson Denim help you be the best you, because when you look good, you feel good. Go to marknelsondenim.com.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. Cheer on your favorite team with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over. If you want to get in on the conversation, call the Iris Networks hotline at 865-200-5503. Grow your business with Iris Networks high-speed fiber internet. irisnetworksusa.com.
Text box time in Tennessee. Coach SAJ says, "Ben, I'm telling you, these kids are not coming to Tennessee. This is not Disney World. They're not opening up the pocketbook, and I'm hoping I'm dead wrong." Okay. I mean, you got to play committed that never took a visit to Tennessee.
Well, he's pretty much uncommitted, it looks like.
He's registered as a student. I mean, he can always unregister.
I don't think Tennessee has much to worry there.
With that, about what?
Isaiah Naylor.
As far as him going to Texas?
I mean, I still expect that he ends up at Tennessee.
So why you say he's uncommitted?
Because he committed and visited 3 other schools, including the one that he's committed to.
I mean, if he's enrolled in class, that's even more committed than he was a week ago.
Does it matter if he's enrolled in class if he's still visiting Texas on a Wednesday?
I guess not. No, I guess not. But Coach SAJ, they're not going to put this stuff on billboards. They're just not. They're not going to be writing articles about how Tennessee is paying a bunch of players through the NIL. There's going to be a sort of way of doing things. So you also have to understand that Tennessee is not out the clear with the NCAA stuff. So, but you got Isaiah Nayor to commit to Tennessee without him taking a visit. So I'll let you put 2 and 2 together, Coach. Evil says, Ben, Small is loyal and a Tennessean. Well, Evil,
My bad.
I don't really care about the whole loyal and him and a player being from Tennessee. I like Jabari Small. I like him as a player. I really do. I do. I like me some Jabari Small. You gotta stay healthy though. Gotta get healthy and stay healthy. Vol Storm says you're a punk A. That was to you, Ben. Vol Storm.
And
See, Vol Storm is so mean on here, but he's so nice in real life, man.
Exactly. He's a sucker here on the show.
Vol Storm's one of the nicest dudes ever.
I don't know about nicest dudes ever.
He is one of the nicest dudes
He's
ever.
not in. Nah. I mean, he's still got a little rough around the edges to him in person.
He's nice to me.
Yeah, but that's because you have rough around the edges to you as well. And
That's
so,
because I'm a nice person. Real recognizes real. Nice recognizes nice.
And I'm telling you from somebody who really is nice that y'all maybe aren't as nice as y'all think that y'all are.
I have a mean streak if it needs to be brought out, but you have never seen it, and it stays locked up, and it has stayed locked up for a very, very long time.
I'm proud of you. Do
Yeah.
you have like a chip, like to celebrate how long it's been locked up, like an alcoholic celebrates his sobriety? Do you have a chip? You get a new colored chip every year.
I mean, I'm pretty happy, man. Football was a good outlet for anger management.
But see, like I judge like how nice somebody is, like to Vol Nation. Like Vol Nation is what nice is, and you don't fit that category. Vol Storm doesn't fit that category. Heck, I don't fit that category. Jennifer Morris doesn't fit that category.
She's nice.
DR Vol, yes, everybody is nice, but like real nice is what Vol Nation is, and none of us are that.
Clemson fans will not think Vol Nation is nice.
Yeah, but see,
Clemson fans would think Vol Nation is an a-hole.
No,
along with South Carolina fans.
He disses them in a nice way.
I'm nice, and Vol Storm is nice in person.
Debatable.
I'm not letting you twist this around.
I disagree.
Olivier going to hit the game-winning 3, Ben.
Olivier or Olivia?
He said Olivia, but it did. I'm going to chalk up the spell check, and I got your back real deep from the 4-2-3. I'm not going to expose you like Ben. Chip Payne said, "Did y'all see Will Wade almost stroked out during the game last night?" What's crazy?
I didn't really blame him in that particular instant.
What's crazy is the referee that he snapped on. It was like they were friends, because he didn't even give him a tech. Like he didn't even tell him to get out of his face. Like he didn't even bark back. Like he didn't even look bothered that Will Wade had approached him that way and snapped on him that way. It was really weird.
Well, he got a tech after the non-goaltending call and then the foul on the other end.
I'm talking about the ref that he went out to the court and got into his ear. Like that ref didn't even react.
Isn't that when he got the tech?
I'm telling you that ref. Like I watched his body language. I just watched how cool he looked. Like
now that
was weird to me. Like Will Wade is allowed to act a damn fool.
Yes.
And it takes for him to do that to get a tech. And I've seen other coaches do a whole lot less and
that is very
get
true.
a tech.
Yes. But when he threw his fit, he did get a tech. Because
I know that. I never said that he wasn't. I'm just saying, like, I'm just talking about how the referee responded. Like, if you jump into a referee's face like that, a referee is not going to be all cool and calm and tell you everything's okay. And it was like they had a relationship prior. Not trying to start a conspiracy theory or anything like that, like Anthony Jordan. But I did find it weird that a coach jumped in your face like that, and the referee just didn't really pay him any attention.
I think the ref knew that he messed up because I thought it was goaltending.
Maybe that's the case.
I thought the ball had touched the backboard before the Bama player pinned it to the backboard on the block. I would have lost my mind as well. What I thought was weird, like to what you're speaking to, is a couple of moments later in the game when there's another instance in which Will Wade was being a crybaby. He wasn't as demonstrative, but he was like in the coach's ear or in the ref's ear and the announcers. I think it was Jimmy Dykes. He pointed it out like, hey, somebody on the bench needs to grab Will Wade and like pull him back and remind him that he already has one tech, because this ref is giving him a long leash and being really patient with him right now.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah, man, that ref was just letting Will Wade talk bad to him.
Yeah. Will Wade is by far the most cringeworthy on any bench in America. Like Bruce Pearl's annoying, Coach Cal's annoying. There are a lot of annoying coaches on the sideline. Nobody is as annoying as Will Wade on the sideline.
Oh yeah.
Nobody.
Oh yeah. Nelson from Jackson over here mentioning players on the team that he's saying peace to.
Who?
I'm not gonna say it. And then the Brady says, get the crack vials out. So by stashing them in players' lockers to have a reason to kick them off the team. We ain't doing all that, because that would look bad on us getting other players. It may sound good to do anything you need to do to improve the football team, and you might think in the moment it will improve the football team, but really it's going to hurt you if you do that. No. You can't be framing your players. You can't do that. You can't do that.
Well, that's why you don't get a coach to do it. You get a student to do it.
Can't do that. Can't do it. Can't do that, Ben.
I mean, for the right price, I may be willing to.
Can't do it. Nope.
There are some of these players
Can't do it.
Whew, I'd love to pack their stuff up for them and send them on out.
You gotta just wait till they graduate. Wait till this semester's over and give them a little nudge.
So you want to – we have a question from Fishing Vol 99 asking if we saw Jeremy Banks' story on Instagram. Would you like to know what his story reads?
Yeah.
Jeremy Banks says, I honestly believe that I am the fastest and the most athletic linebacker in the 2022 NFL draft class. And check my stats for production.
Fastest
and most athletic linebacker in the draft class.
I hope he feels that way.
I'm not really bringing it up to discuss whether we think he is the most fastest and athletic in the draft, but like, why is he saying this on his Instagram story? Is Jeremy Banks considering going to the NFL and being a part of this draft class? Is this why he is saying this?
I hope he is considering it. I hope it's on his mind, because I hope that's what fuels him this next year when he is back. And I hope that
your famous line that you like to break out with Eve Pons and Cedric Tillman.
I don't remember.
This applies in this situation.
I don't remember. Refresh my memory.
The only thing that he needs to be considering is what classes he is going to be taking this spring and this fall.
That's what I just said. When he is back. I want him thinking about that when he is back training with his Tennessee teammates this winter. I think he is at an age, he is at a part of his career that he should be looking at the other linebackers. He should be looking at the linebackers in this class and comparing himself and looking at what they have done, looking at their stats, looking at their play. And stats don't tell the entire story. A.J. Johnson had a ton of stats here as tackles, but it's about your ability to play at the next level. These college players, man, they got the game messed up. They playing Madden too much. They're playing video games too much. It ain't about just stats. It ain't about just stats. Does your game translate to the NFL? Can you run? Can you tackle? Are you smart? Because if you are not smart, you can't play. This doesn't apply to Jeremy Banks, whether he's smart or not. But these players think it's just about stats. It doesn't matter. I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday. Would you consider being drafted in the first 3 rounds good, Ben?
Yes, very good.
Great. Instant millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know someone that got drafted in the first 3 rounds that had dog crap stats? Huh?
Josh Palmer.
Keep your eyes on your own computer.
I'm reading about college baseball. More important.
No,
things.
whatever.
Josh Palmer.
Josh Palmer.
I don't need your paper to know that answer.
Josh Palmer had dog crap stats.
Your youngest could come up with that answer.
As a wide receiver here in Tennessee. Dog crap.
They were not good.
He didn't have anybody that could throw him the ball.
But he had JG.
His last year, he didn't even have 500 yards receiving. He only had 33 catches. That's it. 4 touchdowns. That's it.
That's also what he had with the Chargers this year.
That's it. That's all he had here in Tennessee. But I'm going to tell you what he had. I think it was about 2 years ago at spring practice. And this is when this is before Juwan's last year, I think. And I was like, I think Palmer was still had 2 more years to play, so it had to be 3 years ago. And I came back, I was like, Palmer's gonna be the best receiver. It's all said and done. Because he got all the tools. He's raw, he got all the tools, but he's fast, he can change directions, nice frame. Like, he's gonna be the best receiver when it's all said and done. Dog crap stats, man. Drafted in the 3rd round. That's great. That is an example that it ain't about the stats all the time. NFL personnel travel to Knoxville. They talk to everybody. Equipment managers, training room staff, custodians, academic advisors, everyone. Talk to everyone. And I'm pretty sure no one had a bad thing to say about Josh Palmer. No one could say a bad thing about Josh Palmer. Then you go look at the practice film. You see him getting open. You see him practicing. You see his durability. Never really missed any games, any practices. Then you see the few plays he made. He made them against Georgia's DBs. And here's the thing about playing football. Even when you don't make the play, they can see that you won the rep. Just because the ball don't come your way, or just because you didn't make the tackle, you won your rep. Can you win your rep at the next level? That's what they're looking for. So it's not all about the stats. But I'll get off my soapbox and my rant.
Did Josh Palmer turn out to be the best one? Of Juwan, and Quez?
I think
they're all doing really well right now.
Yeah, I don't think that
that book's been written.
No, not yet.
We'll let them write that chapter, as Mike Tomlin would say.
I think Palmer has the best chance to have the best career out of those 3.
Are you saying that from the situation that he's in or from his skill set?
Both.
I want to see what quarterback San Francisco brings in next.
Trey Lance.
You think it'll be him?
They just traded up to draft him last year. They shipping Garoppolo out of there this offseason. It's going to be Trey Lance.
If he's trash, I bet they'll bring somebody else in.
I mean,
if they don't feel good about it,
it's going to be Trey Lance at the beginning.
Just wait till they sign Aaron Rodgers. And then if they sign Aaron Rodgers, who you going to say?
Then that'd be a whole nother ball game. But I think Josh Palmer is set up with Justin Herbert the same way that Reggie Wayne and was set up young with Peyton Manning.
I mean, you don't think Quez is set up well with Taysom Hill?
Hell no.
He's got Jameis.
Man, stop.
Jameis back next year.
Stop playing with me, Ben.
He had that corrective eye surgery.
Stop playing with me.
He doesn't squint anymore.
Yeah, Josh Palmer set up, man. He set up to have the best career. Don't mean he might be the best receiver, but he might have the best career because he's set up with Justin Herbert, who will be there another 10 to 15 years. And if Josh Palmer takes care of business this year, next year, he's going to have a nice little second contract, huge second contract payday. But again, Josh Palmer didn't have great stats at Tennessee. Never gained more than 500 yards in a season.
It's crazy. He had this year in his rookie year, he had as many catches and as many touchdown catches as he did his senior year. 33 and 4.
It's crazy. But back to Jeremy Banks. I'm glad he has that energy. I like that. That's going to motivate him to train, be the leader he needs to be to get to the next level. I like it. I love it. So let's go to the phone, and let's get to David in Paducah. David, good morning.
Yes, I got a couple questions. Number one, make sure I'm understanding. When we talk about these numbers, we can only have 85 scholarship players there per semester, correct? And that's where we're in a bind.
That's the 85 is a scholarship limit.
Right, and that's where we've gotten in a bind. All right, well, you brought up something this morning that brought a new question to mind. I've got really two questions here. Number one, you were talking about getting some of these graduated. Does a Cade Mays and Matthew Butler still count toward our number right now?
No.
Okay, because their playing time is up, right?
Yes.
Okay, so then my question that I've been wondering when y'all been talking about this the last couple of days, we brought in, 13, 14 early enrollees, something like that?
I don't think the number's that big. Let me see.
They brought in a lot.
It's a bunch. And if I understood right the other day, and I think it was Austin Price talking on another podcast, that's filling up scholarship spots toward that 85.
Yes, because they're part of the recruiting class they signed.
Yes, okay. So I guess my question then is, would Tennessee have benefited, especially this year, to have gotten some of those incoming freshmen to hold off till May and leave some more spots for somebody that may come open in the portal? Or is that just not a factor?
I don't think you have the leverage to do that. I mean, you're trying to get players in the boat. And I think the last thing you want to do is tell a player who's unsigned to wait and allow your opponents to go and recruit them and take them away from you. I think you get them in a boat, you get them signed. The reason why the numbers are the way they are right now is because you did not take a bowl ban, right? You said we're going to a bowl, we're doing that. I mentioned this yesterday that it's hard to believe that Tennessee fired everybody and that was going to be the only punishment, considering you didn't do a bowl ban. So the logical, thought to have is there has to be some type of scholarship reduction. I think that is taking place. And so that's a reason why we are not as aggressive in the portal right now, because we are at the limit with the reduction of scholarships that we are going to take. It's going to be for this year. So that way, moving forward, it's not going to be a problem. So remember when USC got hit, it was a total number of scholarships that were reduced per recruiting class. So it was like 4 or 5 per class. And it haunted them for multiple years. Well, what Tennessee look like they're going to do and be set up to do is do the reduction, do it all right now, and then moving forward, it won't be a problem as far as numbers. And I think that's why right now we are not going to be as active, because we are up against a limit until the calendar year is up, which is May. You got the fall semester, spring semester, and once guys graduate or at the spring football decide to transfer, more numbers are going to open up for Tennessee to bring in guys from the portal. So that's why.
Okay, I guess.
Go ahead.
I guess where I was kind of not thinking correctly was that it was only the numbers for the spring would only be affected by the ones on campus, not including the ones that signed in the early signing period. And so I guess that's where I was thinking wrong, because I was thinking even if they signed in the early signing period but didn't show up, would that have helped our situation?
Yeah, so you got to be at a certain number for this year, and they're at that number right now. Like, they're at the max right there, not right now. And then once that calendar year ends after the spring semester, it's officially a new calendar year. And so now, if you are now when you get to the football season, you have to be at 85, and Tennessee will be close to that number. Remember, during the season this year, we were operating in the low 70s.
Right.
So we'll be closer to 85 during the fall, but right now, to satisfy some of the self-imposed penalties, we are operating at a lower number, so that way we can move on from the whole Jordan Pruitt mess and start clean.
Okay, now I understand now what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to answer your question without getting too specific here.
Yeah, and so what we're saying then is we're imposing these for this year, and so we got to stay down there till that's over.
Yeah, because you think about it like this: Tennessee's already played a season with low numbers, right? And the season's already over. You've already won 7 games. You exceeded expectations, and so you've already taken a hit really on the field. You had a pretty good recruiting class considering the circumstances. You did a good job in the portal last year after spring. It's not ideal. You probably want to go out and grab 4 or 5 dudes in the portal, probably even more right now. But you're still kind of paying for the sins of Pruitt, and it's the best way to kind of get it over with, take your medicine, move forward, start fresh. That is why we have not been as active with the numbers. And then people are like, man, what are we doing, man? We're not doing anything. We're not doing anything. It's actually very, very smart in what we're doing right now. Very smart.
Okay. That clears it up. I wasn't connecting the Pruitt, the cutting numbers because of that with why we're not taking them right now. I wasn't putting those two together. That was my fault.
No, trust me, I was foggy too, man, until I had to, put the information together and get the sources together and figure it out too. So, man, it's not something. I said this on the show for a couple of days. It's not something that you really want to go in detail about and broadcast if you're Tennessee. Like, you don't really want folks to know all the details about how you're playing this thing either.
I'm with. In my mind, I was thinking, okay, we brought in so many early enrollees that we filled up any room for portal kids in the spring. But I see now that, okay, I understand now. It makes sense. I appreciate you clearing that up for me.
For sure, man. Anytime.
All right. You guys keep up the great work you do up there.
Hey, thank you. Thank you, David. Appreciate it, man. It's really smart how we handling this stuff. Not ideal, but hey, you played in the bowl game. You exceeded expectations. First season. You got some momentum. The recruiting class could always be better. No doubt about it. If you're not first, it'd always be better. But it was better than what we expected it to be 5-6 months ago. And after one season, you will 100% be in the clear. And that's pretty good, because we were fearful of a lingering effect of 2-3 years, and that's not going to be the case. So yeah. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Action 247. Use the promo code Swain Event for 100% match on your first deposit up to $800. And big thanks to the Chicago Bulls and the Milwaukee Bucks last night for covering. Boom.
Thought you were upset that the Bucks didn't cover.
No, I was telling you, Ben, I was a little bothered that your Grizzlies didn't go away easier.
Oh, because
during
it made
the
you
fourth
nervous?
quarter, man. Because it made me nervous, man. It was double digits, and then it got to like 5.
Well, it was a 5-point game,
Ugh.
and then the Bucks had an 8-second violation, but the refs didn't call it, and it spiraled out of control.
Damn
from
it.
there.
The refs are just human, Ben. Take it easy on
Shut
them.
up.
I was nervous. I didn't watch the game. I was watching the game cast on my phone on ESPN. I just was watching the score update. So, like, they were up double digits, like 14, 15, 11. I was like, all right, 6.5, 6.5, 6.5. And the Bulls already covered 3.5 that the Cavs were favorite. So I've already won that parlay, and I needed the Bucks to cover by 6.5. I saw that Desmond Bain was out. Ja was doing his thing, had 30-something points, and wouldn't go away, man. They just wouldn't stop. I figured on the road it would be a little tougher. The Bucks played great at home against the Warriors. The Bucks turned it up against real contenders at home. So I figured I'm going to take the Bucks to cover. But the Grizzlies wouldn't go away, man. They wouldn't go away. They had me nervous all the way up to the last freaking minute of the game. And the Bucks pulled away, won by 11 and 12. So, whoo, that parlay hit. Man, that parlay hit good, man. I might be able to throw a little something in the NIL pot, man, with that earning. Those earnings, thank you.
They don't want your $5.
That's all I got. Swain Event, be right back.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
Good morning, Swain Event crew. The new year is here and it's the 2022 East Tennessee real estate season. As I always do, I'm going to shoot straight with you. If you have a home to sell, then you need to give me a call ASAP. Inventory is low and I will get you the most money possible and more than you think trying to sell it on your own. If you are a seller that also needs to buy a home, you need to call me ASAP, as there are ways I can help you manage that situation and stay in your home until we find what you want. If you are looking to buy, you need to call me ASAP. You absolutely need someone on your side to help navigate the current waters, and you need someone that's going to do their homework and find homes that aren't on the market yet. Bottom line, you need to call me today ASAP. Jennifer Morris, Keller Williams Realty, 865-257-7897. If you are buying, selling, or considering investing in real estate this year, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com. I hope to hear from you soon, and go Vols!
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799. Litter is a big problem in Tennessee, but together we can do big things. We can make our cities, our waterways, our roads cleaner and safer. The Tennessee Department of Transportation is committed to reducing litter in our communities, but we need your help to do it. There are over 100 million pieces of litter in our roads at any given time, and it costs TDOT about $19 million a year just to clean it up. The first step to keeping Tennessee beautiful is to rally behind these 3 simple words. Nobody trashes Tennessee. Join the Nobody Trashes Tennessee movement at NobodyTrashesTennessee.com. We're here with Dr. Michael Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine to discuss PRP, platelet-rich plasma. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, Achilles tendonitis, or tennis elbow, you should give them a call.
Good to be back, Jason. We specialize in non-surgical orthopedics, so we treat damaged tendons, ligaments, and joints, including rotator cuff injuries, knee injuries, and elbow and foot problems by using ultrasound-guided injections with PRP. And this form of treatment helps stimulate the body's own reparative process and assist in the healing of damaged tissue.
Doc, what makes your training different than others?
I've been practicing in Knoxville for over 26 years, and I'm certified in interventional regenerative orthopedic medicine through the American Academy of Orthopedic Medicine. They've been the leader in this form of treatment since 1983. I also teach this form of treatment on a national and international basis to other physicians, residents, and medical students. Here in our clinic, I'm the one doing the procedure, and we're using your own PRP, which are concentrated platelets, to treat your injury. So in other words, Jason, it comes from you and it goes back to you. So you know exactly what you're getting and know exactly the level of training involved.
Do what the pros, college athletes, and I have done, and visit them online at trsportsmedicine.com. Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, East Tennessee's leader in PRP therapy.
More and more Tennessee businesses are switching to Iris Networks for reliable, local, high-quality, high-speed business fiber internet. Iris provides direct internet access from 10 megs to 10 gigs with no payments for 90 days. Iris also offers next-generation business phones with work-from-anywhere capability from the mobile or laptop app. With local sales, support, and service, Iris is a partner in the community. Learn more at irisnetworkusa.com or call 865-448-IRIS. Iris Networks, a Tennessee business connecting Tennessee businesses.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Hour 3 powered by Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Feel like you again. Low T Center can help. $155 a month for self-pay. For monitor self-inject at-home testosterone treatments, or it's covered by most health insurance. They ship directly to your home. Really simple, really easy. Go to the Low T Center right now to book your appointment. It starts with the comprehensive annual health assessment. They'll check all your levels, not just your testosterone, but they will check your thyroid. They will check all the things that are essential to your health. Make sure that your blood pressure is where it needs to be. Make sure that your testosterone levels are where they're supposed to be. You'll get that checkup. Guys, they are reinventing men's health care. One-stop shop, really easy, really quick, simple, convenient. lowtcenter.com. See, Ben, if you was on my team, Action 247, if you was betting with me, you'd probably be winning a lot more. I don't know what you over there betting, little pennies losing. If you was betting with me over here with Action, you'd be making a whole lot more cash, man. A lot more cash with me, man. Maybe you should think about that.
Well,
that means be your New Year's resolution.
I've been doing good on NFL games. I've been electing not to bet on
NBA
SEC games.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't trust anybody in the SEC but Auburn.
I mean, you called a couple unders for Tennessee. The last two games you said under, and you was right.
Well, that's not hard to do considering.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Tennessee can't score.
Why didn't you do it? You should have bet those, man.
Should have.
You got the inside. You got the inside track, man.
Sometimes the inside track can get you beat because you know too much.
You like Martha Stewart of sports betting.
I agree. I just don't use the N word.
Well, Snoop said it's okay.
If Snoop said it's okay, then it really is okay.
Greg,
isn't that how that works?
Yeah. Greg Askew says his wife is a Bears fan, wants to know the best candidate to fill the head coach position. I mean, I think you got to look around the league and look at Zach Taylor and look at Cliff Kingsbury, look at Andy Reid. You get your franchise quarterback, Matt LaFleur. You get your franchise quarterback, you better get someone, the offensive guy as head coach. Or if you have a defensive guy, you better have an offensive coordinator that can be that type of coach to that quarterback. And you went out and you traded up to get Justin Fields. I think you better get a coach that can mold him. And that's the first pick. So I'm looking. I really like. I like Harbaugh, man. I like Harbaugh. I like Eric Bieniemy.
At this point,
like
with
Doug
Eric
Peterson.
Bieniemy, I'm like, okay, there's something.
Something's up.
Something is.
He got some naked pictures somewhere.
Yeah.
Something's up, but
it makes zero sense. Absolutely zero sense. There is something in his closet that we don't know about. That's the only thing that does make sense.
Yeah. I like Raheem Morris.
I liked Raheem Morris the other night.
I like Raheem Morris. I like Brian Flores. I like Doug Peterson. I think the Bears are in a really good spot to hire a good coach. We'll see.
They need to hire a GM first. I hate the whole hire a coach before the GM thing.
No, they're not going to do that. They're gonna hire
I know,
a GM first.
but there are some that are attempting to do that, or it doesn't seem like they are putting one before the other. And I just don't understand how you could hire a coach without having a GM. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
No, you're right.
And Cliff Kingsbury, overrated. I'm officially 1,000% on that island. I was flirting with it. But I'm with it now.
Why is he overrated?
Go look at what his teams, all the way going back to Texas Tech, what his teams do in the second half of the season. They always get out to these great starts, and they just drowned the second half of the season. And then you hear comments about the team having bad body language and not looking interested in playing. Like, I don't think he's as good as everybody thinks that he is. I'm not saying he's bad. He gets thrown into the same conversation as a Kyle Shanahan or Sean McVay, and I don't think he's that. What has he done to be that?
The whole overrated debate is always tough because where is he rated? We got to know where he's rated to determine if he's overrated.
Well, when you were just asked about who your Bears should go hire as a head coach, you listed him as the second name that somebody should look into as to kind of what the Bears should also do something similar. He was the second name you mentioned.
I look at what he has done since he has been with the Cardinals. The Cardinals fired their previous coach, and when they fired that coach, they were 3-13, and he has made them better in every year. The first year he was there, they won 2 more games, and then the next year he won 3 more games after that, and then this past year he won 3 more games. So he took a team that was 3-13 and 18, and he went out and he's 11-6. So he's had a pretty good start. I understand they peaked early. Their body language was not great at the end of the season, but that's pretty damn good, man. That's pretty damn good. Kingsbury's pretty damn good so far in 3 years.
He's sitting there talking about our team just doesn't have a ton of playoff experience, and they looked nervous and this and that. You are the head coach. It is your job to get them ready to play.
I saw Bill Belichick's team look outcoached, look terrible. They look unmotivated. They got the doors blown off of them. One game. Let's wait and see what happens with Kingsbury moving forward, and if the same thing that happened this year is a recurring theme.
Yeah,
Let's wait.
We'll see. But one thing that is a recurring theme is how his teams pee the bed every single season. Texas Tech and the Cardinals have examples. With the Cardinals in 19, lost 7 of the last 9. 2020, lost 5 of the last 7. 2021, this year, lost 5 of the last 6. Go back to Texas Tech. He was there from 13 to 18. Lost 5 of the last 6. Lost 4 of the last 6. 4 of the last 6. Lost 6 of the last 8. Lost 6 of the last 8. Lost 5 of the last 5.
That's fine. Hey, you can point that out all you want to. I'm pointing out how he took a Cardinals team from being worst in the West to making them one of the best teams in the league and get to the playoffs. So
I'm not saying he's bad. I'm saying that I don't think he's one of the league's best coaches like people make him out to be.
Now, I use him as an example as a young offensive coach, offensive mind that has a franchise young quarterback. I made no mention of him being a great coach or a good coach. I'm talking about you making sure that you take care of your young quarterback. Because I don't know if Zach Taylor is one of the best coaches in the league. All I know is it's a perfect fit for Joe Burrow. It works for the Bengals because of Joe Burrow. That's all I'm talking about. And you look at the Chargers, even though their coach goes forward on every fourth down and has helped them lose game. His name slips my mind. The Chargers head coach. Here we go. What's his Brandon Staley? But it works for Justin Herbert. Like, it's a good fit. That's what I'm talking about. That's what the Bears need to get, whether it's offense coordinator, a good fit for Justin Fields, or the head coach. That's more or less what I'm talking about.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I'm out on Cliff Kingsbury. I'm out.
Okay.
I'm out. You can have all the stock. I'm selling all of it. I never really had any to begin with. I always thought it was kind of weird that he didn't do much at Texas Tech and then got the Cardinals job.
Oh, yeah.
And I think, personally, the GM deserves more credit in Arizona than the head coach, because he has been set up to get better each and every season by the additions that the roster has made. That team is loaded with talent, and they've peated away down the stretch the last 3 seasons. So you can have all my stock on Cliff Kingsbury. I'm out.
If it wasn't for Kingsbury, they wouldn't have got rid of Rosen for Kyler Murray, because remember, Kingsbury is the one who said that he would take Kyler Murray number 1 in the draft if he was coaching. He's the one who pushed that envelope.
And then 3 years later, in the biggest game ever, Kyler Murray is chunking it up into the air to nobody out of his own end zone.
It's one game, man. Let's wait.
I'm out.
Let's wait, man. It's one game, man. One game.
I'm willing to recognize that
he had a bad game.
Like it is still early in both Kyler and Cliff's career in the NFL, but he's a 500 head coach, and I think that is what he is.
It might be, but he showed made them better than what they were before.
Thanks to all that talent the GM required.
Mm-hmm. Part of it too. A lot of talent in the NFC West. Drew in Birmingham. Would you guys mind running through the list of which guys are early enrollees, or some of those still up in the air since classes haven't started yet? Well,
I can tell you right now who they are.
A lot of them dudes, just because classes started at a certain time, a lot of them guys are making their way back to Knoxville, get to work it out. So
yes,
you got the list. What you got?
Taven Jackson, Tyree West, Addison Nichols, Cam Miller, Caleb Webb.
Hold on, let's count them. You got a number beside them?
No.
Okay. Start lower.
Taven Jackson, Tyree West, Addison Nichols, Cam Miller, Caleb Webb, Justin Williams, Desmond Williams, Squirrel White, Elijah Herring, Mo Clipper, Jordan Phillips, Chaz Nimrod, Brian Grant.
13. That's a nice number.
Mm-hmm. Especially when you were trying to rebuild a football program and need your young guys to contribute.
That was a big reason why 2015 season was better than expected, because that 14 class, a lot of those guys came in early.
Mm-hmm. It benefited them in 14 and in 15.
Yeah, because they were not regular sophomores. They were like halfway between sophomores and juniors, because they had that extra spring. And they were not regular freshmen. Jalen Hurts was not a regular freshman. And he would have been a whole lot different if he had came in the fall rather than being an early enrollee. I can say the same thing about some other players as well in that 14 class that enrolled early. So yeah, man. Yeah, that's very, very significant. Trip Haynes, it's a tough balance to act for sure with what Heupel is having to do with recruits. Coach SAJ says, thanks, Swain. You have calmed some of my fears. I mean, there's still concerns. I probably not freaking out like you were a little bit, Coach SAJ, but there's some rocky waters, some choppy waters to maneuver through. But I think this is the best course of action to deal with the scholarship numbers, and there's a plan in place. You can kind of see what Tennessee's doing. You can see what Tennessee's doing. Like the quality of players coming in as preferred walk-ons. Yeah. Do y'all see how it's not the same as it was before? These ain't some guys that didn't have offers and just want to play for the Orange. Like there's a plan. There's a plan in place. Downtown Vol says, so basically we don't need to get our hopes up about any names in the portal until after spring practices. Yeah, pretty much.
Unless somebody leaves.
Yeah, unless someone leaves. But if you Texas, and you lose out on Isaiah Nayor, if you can't flip him, what chance do you think but Texas has in the SEC when they get here? Let's think about this, man. Like Isaiah Nayor is from Texas, committed to Tennessee. It's a better fit for him at Tennessee to catch balls and to play in the SEC right now. There's some super, super big positives for him right now to be at Tennessee. Don't get me wrong. And I would love nothing more for him to be here at Tennessee. But if we taking a step back and taking off our orange-colored sunglasses, and you are looking at Texas, and he's from Texas, flipping recruits is part of recruiting in the SEC, and they're supposed to be coming to the SEC. If they can't get a kid that's right down the street from their road, how in the hell are they going to be able to recruit to win in this conference?
And it's not like Isaiah Nayor is like the highest ranked recruit on the planet either. He was popular on the transfer market, but he wasn't the most popular. Like you weren't dealing with Alabama and LSU, Ohio State going to get him.
You see how A&M spanked everybody's booty, but it wasn't even close between Texas and Texas A&M. Like I'm not saying I want Texas to flip Isaiah Nayor. All I'm saying is
if they can't flip him, then how are they going to recruit in the SEC full time?
My gosh!
When Alabama already owns your state on the recruiting trail, and LSU has had a ton of luck. A&M is now what A&M is.
Whew.
Good luck, Steve Sarkisian.
No, I'm not saying Isaiah Nayor is gone. Yeah, don't mishear me here. All I'm saying is if you are Texas and you can't flip a kid from your own state, from Tennessee, how in the hell are you going to be able to compete in the SEC consistently in recruiting? SEC teams win these type of battles. All I'm saying. I don't know if Isaiah Nayor is locked in Tennessee or not. I do know that he is officially listed as a student. That is a new development. That should make you feel better. But with the transfer portal and the NIL game, guys, I'm sorry. I don't get my hopes up too early.
Let me know when he has signed.
I want to know when he's working out. I want to see pictures of him training with the football team. That's what I want to see. Because you can sign and be let out of your of an LOI. You can be let out of it if you're disgruntled, I guess. We saw a Washington player, I think it's like a really good receiver, 4-star receiver, was asked to be let out of his LOI. So it used to be,
here?
no, I don't know. It used to be, I don't care when they commit, let me know when they sign. Psh, I'm like, let me know when they show up. I want to see him working out. I need screenshots. I need video. I need pictures from Twitter of guys in the weight room training with the teammates. That's what I want to see now.
And I mean, and then even with that, you'll have guys enter the portal and see that grass isn't greener on the other side and decide to, I'm not going to leave. Let me get back to working out.
Man.
I hate college football right now.
I ain't going to say that.
I hate it so much right now. Aside from like the traditions that we love and the actual game, I just hate everything else about it right now.
Josh Virginia said, "What's the odds that he is gone?" I mean, I think the odds are better that he stays.
See what you did, Swain?
I don't understand why folks heard me that way. I'm saying if you are Texas, if you lose out on Isaiah Nayor, it doesn't really give you a lot of confidence about your chances to compete in the SEC. That has nothing to do with whether or not he's coming to Tennessee or not. He is now a registered student in Tennessee. So it's actually better than when we talked to Austin on Tuesday. It's a better chance if you're Tennessee.
Shame on you.
Oh, my gosh. Hey, man. I was very clear. Very, very clear. He's a registered student now. But I am with Dave from the 423. When will the Nayor saga actually end? That's what I'm waiting for.
When spring practice starts.
No, I will feel at ease when I see photos of him working out.
That's kind of weird. You want to receive photos of him working out?
Yeah, I do. I want to see him working out. I want to see photos of the team training. I want to see him in it. And even with that, I don't know if I trust it because Photoshop these days. I don't know if I trust video these days because you got altered videos. No, but if he comes from Tennessee, I'll trust him. I'm just kidding. But that's what I want to see.
Yeah, Wayne. Why is your voice getting high?
I don't know what the hell y'all talking about.
Well, typically when somebody's voice gets high, it's because they're lying.
Yeah, I'm lying. What am I lying about?
Tennessee's chances with Naylor.
I don't know Tennessee's chances. I'm not sitting in Nayor's living room. I'm not sitting in the meeting room with Nayor in Texas and Nayor in Tennessee. I don't know. No clue. No clue.
Just bring me bruh, just for his name.
I'll take Nayor instead. I'm good.
What up,
Bruh can be a backup.
What up, bruh?
My choice is Nayor right now. But he's listed as a student. I'll repeat that for the 5th time. And that is a better chance than it was 2 days ago. Oh, boy. Dave, you ain't got no sense, man. Ain't no sense on the text box. No sense. And Ben, you egging them on. Instigator. The biggest instigator of them all. Who pretends like he's innocent. Who pretends like he's the nicest guy. Behind the scenes, Ben's an instigator. He's an agitator. He likes starting drama so he can sit back and giggle. We got you figured out, Ben. You ain't slick. You ain't slick at all. Tomorrow, 7 a.m., Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. We'll be back. Tennessee, LSU this weekend. Lady Vols this weekend. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hope y'all have a great, great day. Swain Event is fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. Peace and love. We are out.